like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay. Do you understand that? Turn the friggin' frogs gay. Serious crap. Gay. Frogs, friggin' frogs. It's not funny. I'm gonna say it real slow for you. Gay. Frogs. Won't you fight for your life? Gay. Frogs, friggin' frogs. I don't like them frogs. Gay. Friggin' frogs. Frogs. Friggin' frog crap. Won't you fight the frogs? It's not funny. I'm gonna say it real slow for you. Frogs. Place point.
I think that's a good way to start stream. welcome anyone who's joining us right now. We're starting a little early, so people might be tracking in, and also we didn't have a lot of build up. We didn't have a lot of pre stuff before I actually hit live. Normally there's a little bit more lead up. Hold up, I need to put on the music now that I say that. There's no BGM, don't know. I need to really increase my mouse size. It's so hard to see. But welcome. We're going to be talking... I don't want to talk about I wanted to talk about random stuff today, but there is some drama today that is so out there and avoidable that I can't believe it's happening. And I really want to talk about it. For context, there's a streamer named... Hello, Ricey. For context, there is a VTuber named Deme. And she goon baits a little bit, but she made a post on, I think it was just yesterday. This is fresh off the press chat. But she made a post yesterday where she said how she doesn't like to repost not safe for work art. And then she reposted a not safe for work artist. It's either, I don't remember if it's one or the other, which one happened first, but they happened within an hour or two of each other. And people noticed this, how she was like, oh, I don't like not safe for work, and then she reposted not safe for work artist. And in all honesty, I don't think it was a big deal at first, because in the thumbnail is actually the picture, Let me see if and to show how little problem I have with it, I'll just show you what the picture was, okay? Just to prove how I didn't really have a problem with it. Ooh. Bam, that's the picture. So it is very adult, but she's wearing a bodysuit, which, by Twitch's rules makes it okay, I guess. But that's the picture she reposted. And then she was like, don't goon to me, ooh-woo. And people pointed out how that's a little hypocritical, how that's a little weird to be doing that, as people have a right to do. However, the problem really came, I was like, this seems like a mountain out of a molehill, and everyone seems a little stupid. But then I found out who the artist was, and the artist had more images, and she was getting piped. To put it in the way the kids like to say it, she was getting absolutely railed. And that's when it became like, oh, well, this is a straight hypocrisy, because you're like, oh, don't post Gooner stuff of me while you're reposting stuff that links to Gooner stuff. It's one thing removed, It's a little hypocritical and all. And people point out it's a little hypocritical, and it's like, okay, somebody says that it's that it's a little two-faced, to be like, don't be making art of me, but then at the same time, don't be making art of me, but then at the same time they turn. I just realized something about stream. But then at the same time you're reposting it. Let me check one little thing about stream real quick. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay. But they're also like reposting art that is directly connected to very adult material. But then, you know, they're called out for it by Chibi reviews. And they immediately just insult Chibi for, you know, being cheated on. So very classy people we're dealing with today. Ooh, and that makes the situation get even worse. And it gets so bad that it's just like, she like keeps going like forward and back on it. She keeps going back and forward on it. And that's just the whole situation. It's just this back and forth of her being like, I'm sorry, and then doubling down, tripling down. Ooh. And to the point where people are now, it's gotten so bad that she's losing thousands of subscribers a day. And she's also getting old clips dug up. And one such clip, chat, is, well, I feel like the clip can speak for itself. Let me see if I can get it up real quick. Because in this clip, something was up. Let me see here. Is it this one? No. No. Ooh, I forgot to organize these before stream. How unprofessional. No, that's the art. That's the artist. Not that one. Ah! Here it is. This story keeps getting worse, and I'm just trying to find my place in all of our building. I just realized something. I cleaned off the... Oh, there it is. I found the piece that I lost last week. We're just going to be building the new Gundam and maybe a little bit of the ball Gundam. We might be doing a little bit of prep on that. But for all the context you need is that now people are digging up some of her old material. And they unearthed... Can I get a... And people unearthed this clip. And I think it can just speak for itself. I don't think I need to say anything.
Oh, I can posit with nearly 100% certainty our friends have accounted for our nature, so I suggest we do. Giving an orbital probe cannon all the power it structurally withstand creates the greatest chance of finding the eye of the universe. Yes, the probe must travel as fast as it can and as far as it can. I see.
If you couldn't tell what was happening there, she was probably getting cracked. She's bouncing up and down the whole time. The whole, like, there's like multiple minutes of this, of her bumping up the whole time. Random, she's just going, like in the middle of talking and whatnot. This is a stream where she's getting cracked, allegedly. And again, this is just because she like made a mountain out of a molehill. She was like, I'm gonna repost adult art and then say, don't show me like adult fan art. She tried to have her cake and eat it too, and she just keeps doubling down. Well, like now she's like, oh, well, it's okay that I'm doing this because I have borderline personality disorder. And it's just, firstly, I don't think there's anything borderline about it. Ooh, but like, it's all so weird. I'm gonna play it again.
We'll be ignoring that setting. Oh,
Like, why was that moan there? That was like, what? Ooh, spirals. You know, she's just really excited about this game.
Posit with nearly 100% certainty our friends have accounted for our nature, so
you can see she's just bouncing.
Giving an orbital probe cannon all the power it structurally...
She's just really into this game, chat. You need to understand, it's a really good game. The writing in this game is just this good.
Stand creates the greatest chance of finding the eye of the universe. Yes!
God, just the eye of the universe just really excites her, chat.
Yes,
Just the eye of the universe gets her engine roaring.
Yes,
And the whole time she's just bouncing back and forth. She's bouncing on it, Dio, the whole time. And I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, like, you know, it's not the first time somebody's gotten off on stream, but I just don't think she has that dark side Phil energy, chat. She pulled a dark side Phil. Oh, this is usually not a good strategy to be doing things like this. Let's see here. Party! Yes. Oh, but it's just... it apparently it's just getting worse and worse. Fair take in your opinion. VTubers should be able to set what they're comfortable with. The thing is, she reposted not safe for work art. She said, don't make not safe for work art for me, then reposted not safe for work art. This is the problem. It's not the fact that she has boundaries. It's the fact that, I got these pieces out unnecessarily. It's the fact that she's like having her cake and eat it too. You know, she reposted art where she is getting cracked. Well, not where she is. She's reposted art that leads to her getting cracked. She did not repost the crack itself. Ooh. But it's like one step removed is the issue. Ooh. So she's having her cake and eating it too, which is why people are calling her out. I don't think it's hypocritical since pinups art and corn being set in the same rating is kind of dumb. Again, the problem is that if you click on the art, it will take you to her getting cracked. It won't directly take you there, but it will take you to the person. You can get there is the problem. Ooh. It's just like one step removed. AI viewers, get out of here, bot. Shouldn't have interacted with Chibi reviews though. Talking to him is a losing game regardless of your opinion on him. Getting cracked on stream. Yeah, I don't think it's fits TOS. No, it's just a really good game, chat. You need to understand. Ooh. But when Chibi reviews called her out for the hypocrisy, what she did was literally make fun of him for, you know, being cheated on. Her response, I don't have it up because I just couldn't find it, but her response was like, aren't you the guy who got cheated on, lol? And everyone agreed at that moment, you're a bad person. You know, even if you don't like Chibi, that's a step too far. Saying like, hey, didn't you like almost end yourself? Ha ha. Because that's what Chibi did. Chibi literally had to get somebody called out so he would not end his own ephemeral existence. Because we're on YouTube, we have to use a little extra words. But this whole thing, but like she literally says this, she just constantly is doubling down on things. Let me see if I have anything in the notes. I think I went past it in the notes. Oh, where is it in the notes? Oh, there it is. Oh, and during the controversy, she pulled a bow the whale, which is to say that any publicity is good publicity. And what that means is that she treated it like a joke at first, right? She was like, "Uh-oh, I'm in a controversy," and it's like, here's me addressing the controversy. And it's just her Twitch channel, and it's her secondary Twitch channel that just has constant re-uploads of her own streams. So she was like, you know, not the best person. And it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. And I have videos on how it keeps getting worse, because it does. I don't know how it keeps getting worse, but it do. Let me see, where are they? We're just gonna watch a Rev Says Desu video. I know some people might not like him. I don't care.
Hey,
because this story just keeps
so right
escalating.
Now I want to take some time and give a follow-up to a video I made yesterday about the VTuber Deme, who made a controversial post.
Sorry, Deme, not Demi. I was calling her Demi.
Standards she has when it comes to artwork made of her VTuber model. Some people found the post to be hypocritical, and instead of addressing those criticisms,
wait, before we continue, I'm gonna forget if I don't show you now, chat. I have the movies. I have the films. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do a Jurassic Park watch along because I don't know if I'll have the time. But we already have a guest. Well, hopefully. We hopefully already have a guest, knock on wood, for Independence Day on July 3rd. we will have a watch along, so help me Lord. But I wanted to share that before I forgot. We will have a watch along, so help me Lord.
Shots at the critics, bringing up the lowest moments.
Ping me when the video ends, as I'm not watching a Lolly Defender.
Mean-spirited, but also very.
You already are. I I have defended Tatsumaki on stream. I don't know what you're saying here. We have had this discussion on stream. I've defended Tatsumaki. I have defended, you know, I don't remember other characters because my brain's rotting. I've defended, well, Rukia we agreed was petite, but still, I have defended characters. I've said some things are weird, like Rory Mercury.
Trying to protect low moments of her life, calling those who bring it up bad people, etc. We saw the full life cycle of.
It's always the best policy, without exception, to ignore things like this. There was no good outcome once this lady tried to browbeat the internet. Here's what she could have apologized at any point. She keeps half apologizing, then doubling down. What she could have done is not have been an asshole and, you know, made fun of Chibi for, you know, almost dying. You know, I think that's a very low bar. Not make fun of somebody for almost dying. Pretty low bar. Ooh. And not only that, but she has mental illness. She's dating somebody with mental illness. So her having no empathy for somebody who literally suffered from like deep depression after being cheated on is insane.
That person and proud of it. And in the replies, she was mocking the people criticizing her, saying anyone mad about this is insignificant and doesn't matter anyways, and said that most people are just broke and trying to engagement farm. And then about an hour later, she made this banger of a post.
Also, I don't think we're going to get a lot of views this video because I'm pretty sure
into her 24/7 re-upload channel.
But
Twitch,
I put it in the thumbnail to show that I don't have a problem with the art.
You can see. But in case you
have a problem with the behavior.
Episode of Dragon Ball, here's the very quick rundown. We have this popular indie VTuber, Deme, who made this post clarifying how she's uncomfortable with not safe for work art made of her. Many people found that to be hypocritical, given the fact that she's constantly reposting very suggestive artwork of her VTuber model. One of the people to point that out was
if she wants to have her cake and eat it too.
Instead of addressing his criticism, she would instead mock him for being cheated on. Well,
just things I've already
given
said.
Her history, this is not only more mean girl behavior, it's also pretty hypocritical.
I already have the pieces right here.
Baggage with her current relationship.
Zoom out a little.
At one point, she broke up with her current boyfriend, accusing him of verbal and physical abuse, even stating that he sliced her with a knife, leaving a 7-inch cut.
Roberto from Futurama. She's dating
back just a few months later. But of course, in many different posts, she would ask for grace regarding that situation and essentially say you're a bad person if you would ever bring up the lowest moment of her life.
And then she brought up the lowest moment of another person's life.
She did that exact same thing to Chibi reviews.
It looks like I didn't need to tell you. He's going to do all the refreshing.
Now, I was talking about this in my live stream yesterday, and unbeknownst to me, she had already did some follow-up posts, and I'm just going to play a snippet of that stream because I think it's a pretty candid reaction to the new posts as I discover them live in front of my audience.
Let me see here.
But that's really the situation, ladies and gentlemen. Very, very messy.
He changed this.
And is this the end of it?
So I watched a little bit of this video, and how did he do that? It wasn't black and white earlier.
I'm giving it a 50% chance.
How did he do that after upload?
Did you see what she said?
No.
You don't have her new tweets pulled up?
No.
I thought you knew that she doubled down.
No. I thought you knew.
So she did double down, saying, I was too busy in Japan to see
like a Neil Breen movie, she doubled down.
What I meant by not safe for work, since a lot of people are confused, I'm okay with lewd, not been okay with it. I just don't like seeing people F up. So, okay. Very clearly, until penetration, everything's safe for work. Great. She sounds like
it sounds like this person shouldn't be living a public persona.
Rhetoric before, not saying that about her. That'll make that very clear. But I'm just saying, I've seen this before.
I think Demi does. She just needs to not step in it.
Being a bitch. That's
somebody needs to take her phone away.
I've never been nice to people I don't care about.
Also, just saying I'm a bitch is not an excuse. Saying I'm a bad person, you know, like, yeah, I am a bad, like when everyone's like, you're a bad person, and they're like, I am a bad person. It's like, That's not an excuse, okay? This is like mean girl high school stuff, which I know a stereotype in VTubing is that all the women are still mean girl habits and whatnot, but this really is just that. It's just like, yeah, I am a bad person. I'm proud of it.
That someone that just doesn't like porn made you personally get riled up. Everything you're reposting is porn. I'm sorry.
Oop.
Do you want
All
me
of
to
it
attach
is
softcore
titillating.
to it? Would that make you feel better?
It's like pornographic.
Get
Yeah,
over
porn.
yourself. Come on. I just genuinely can't really care as she makes a
I don't
long
care.
series of
Let me just
responses.
keep
But I thought you were
tripling
visiting
down.
Japan. If
It's
you don't
also
want to
tiresome.
respect it or even try to see what I meant, that's why people were asking. I
Let me
see no
get-
reason to be even respectful remotely to some losers. I'd be lying if I
Again,
said I
you
was
insult
sorry.
people
Well,
instead
I'm
of just
glad
trying to
you're acknowledging that
reconcile.
you're a bit of a rough around the edges.
Just take
sort of
accountability.
person. She has BPD, right?
Just say,
I'm pretty sure
okay,
she
well, let
does.
me just. This was supposed to be her clarification,
Well-
and she insults people in it.
Guys, you're not allowed to talk about this because it's her lowest moment. So, we got one of those stickers. Stickers exist. Thank you, the Cold Recluse, for the 2. But let's get into the comments here.
There she is more.
More.
Well,
I'm going to put the other
That's
this
why I
other
was
arm
scrolling
together,
down.
then I'm going to do
Woman.
some
the
painting.
comments,
Yeah,
like,
these are comments, actually.
that's her thread, actually.
No, wait, let me...
Remember, chat, she doesn't
Was
care.
it
She
right
is
to do
over
what I
this.
did? No. Okay.
Okay,
Great.
you admit you did the wrong
No, but I
thing.
never
Now say you're
pretended to
sorry.
be a role model whatsoever and openly hate other people. So what's surprised? Who's surprised on that?
There's just it's just
She's
accountability.
She's saying the quiet part out loud. She's like, I know I'm a bad person. I've never pretended
I
to
know
be
I'm
anything else."
shit.
She's telling
I
us
know
who
I'm
she is.
irredeemable.
To the people bringing up what happened with my relationship in the past as a blow, we practically moved on from it too. Well, I'm glad you moved on from that.
We've practically
actually
moved
watch my
on from
streams,
it.
he's
No,
on
no,
it
no,
all
no,
the
no, no, no,
time.
no. Wait a minute.
And we're happy AF.
No,
Just
no, no, no,
kidding.
no, 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 no. Words have meaning. I don't want to be a dick, but practically moved on from it. What that means is there is still a shitload of baggage. Okay? Whether a man or a woman says that, it's not. If you moved on from it, you would have moved on from it. This happened months ago, and you're like, we've practically moved on from it. Either she holds it over his head still, or he's still a psycho. Maybe both. Probably both.
Break from streaming in Japan. I never hid that whatsoever. No one thinks you were hiding it. To the people who think I'm not a good VTuber, never did the norm, and I don't
I think I
plan
put
to.
this on the
Cry
wrong
about
side.
it, pussy.
I did.
Shiver me
Just-
timbers. Whoa.
If she stopped at
Popping
the
off over
clarification,
Okay, well, no one is talking about you being a good or not VTuber. We're calling you a hypocrite because you said never bring up my lowest moments, and then you brought
VTuber
up
not
someone's
dig a
lowest
hole
moments.
deeper.
You're not just mean, you're a hypocrite. That's it. And honestly, your choice to go back to him, your choice. You have a lot of love for men, which apparently extends to a very large level of forgiveness.
A
But
man who
that's your
cut her.
choice. That's your choice. Just like it's your choice to be a maniac on Twitter and rub
Remember,
people's
chat,
lowest moments
if you
in their
cut
face.
Demi, that's
Well, why
okay.
about
If
people
you
rubbing
disagree
your
with her
lowest moment in their
online,
face? As you do it
you will never
again.
live it down.
She learned nothing.
That's really
she's
Chibi's
not-
mistake. He
oh.
should have cut her.
I haven't read
Come
this yet.
on.
This is new.
To add to this, I talked to my community about what people are saying. I was confused with some people calling me a hypocrite. I do advocate mental health for women and men. I, however, do not care about Chibi. She cares about men till they disagree with her. Then
Yeah.
get out. I made
Only
the
he
mistake of saying
stabbed.
the first thing that came out of my head when seeing his username. But I shouldn't.
So,
I should
like,
have been the
You were
better
just
person.
being
Why?
honest, so you're honestly
You
a
said
bitch.
you're an unapologetically bad person. So you're not the better person. This is
Yeah.
exactly who you are. You can't double down and say, this is how I've always been, and I don't care, pussy.
I've always
And
been a
then
piece
go
of
around
shit.
and say, I should have been the better person. You're not. You're not the better person.
It's so weird though, because it's like an apology, but not an apology.
It's
Look
a
at what she
total
says
non-apology.
next. She's saying she's not sorry.
Okay.
Yeah,
I made the
it's
mistake of saying
very
the
much a
first thing that
sorry,
came
not
out of my head
sorry.
when seeing his username. I should have been the better person, said nothing. I've learned to hold my tongue in most things, but I legit got surprised seeing the username and associated with it. Is this guy like some cartoon villain or something? Did like Kanye respond to one of your tweets or something? Like, it's Chibi
Which one of
reviews.
these is
Relax.
it? Okay.
Okay, I know people talk about him on Twitter all the time. Why are you so stun-locked that this guy replied to you?
Chibi
being a
Reviews is
hypocrite
just the
about
new
the art
Nux
you're
Taku. That's
reposting?
all he is. He's not that
For people who
controversial.
think I'm backpedaling, no. I'm sorry for slipping
Bro,
up.
where's the bot on Twitch
not
chat?
thinking
The
before talking, but I'm
streamaboo?
not sorry.
I thought I did. I
for
took him
what
down.
I
Let me
said,
get
to
him.
be honest, especially that it was towards him. He's a piece of shit, and everything about him is disgusting to me. Not because he got cheated on, but because he's a weirdo in general. Interesting. Then you could have called him a
Got
weirdo
it.
in the reply.
Thank you.
But that took too many brain cells.
Also,
That would have caused you to think and actually type something out
Are
other
you
than
appearing
saying,
now?
you got cheated on, Lamau.
Oh,
Why is he a weirdo?
you were not appearing,
Yeah, why
Kays,
exactly?
on
This, like,
Twitch.
shoved in his
Ooh.
face.
If someone's
Stop
weird, they deserve
falling
to be
out.
harassed and have their lowest moment of their life shoved in their face. I don't know.
He's a weirdo, so he doesn't deserve mental
Because I think he is a weird guy.
No.
I
Well, it's
think
not
he would
that-
tell
it's
me
not that he's a
first thing
weirdo, it's
weird
that,
guy. I think we're all
he
weird
disagreed
people
with
in this
her.
Situation, but like, okay, that
He
means
held
you
her
get to
accountable
harass
for
him?
one thing. That's why.
Interesting. For the
Ye-
original post, I didn't make the post
I
for
got
people
rid of
to
it.
delete art of me. I did it just as a reminder of my stance, which hasn't changed. It annoyed me that people have time to scroll on my page, but not time to take to literally read the OG post in the reply, not an
There we
hour
go.
after specifying what I exactly meant. So yeah, it annoyed me when all the blue badges don't tell me.
Oh, they have blue
You
check
have a
marks.
blue badge.
Yeah, but it's
How is
okay
that
for
a
her.
criticism?
Well, she
It-
says in another reply to
Rev, this woman has no concept of accountability. What is hard to understand about this? She got railed on stream. Don't
everyone else that they're all
don't
broke
ask
and need
questions,
money
just
from
accept
Twitter
it.
or something.
Oh yeah, we
All
also
my
watched a
haters
clip
are
where she
broke,
was making
weirdos,
moaning sounds.
etc.,
Like
etc.
and bouncing up and down on
This is
stream
what you want to support.
while not doing
Go for it.
ASMR, if you
Go
catch
for
my
it.
drift.
But where were we?
So yeah,
The
that's
blue
happening.
Badges, where is it? Oh, the blue badges came crawling in. My bad to my community for getting into drama again. I know I'm not losing anything valuable when it's this type of crowd. Pancakes and
This
waffles.
piece just keeps
also,
falling
I'm
out.
not stupid. I know
might
me
have to glue
saying
it
my
in.
stance on porn thing isn't going to stop people from doing it. The post was for people who cared about my stance. Are you going to address the hypocrisy at any point? I don't think so.
Oh, I don't
Here's
have the
someone
piece
saying,
cut out. I know
so
what
you're
piece
a
it
massive bitch
is.
who mocks people for
No, I
their
don't.
traumatic events that made them suicidal. Got it. Good to know.
Ooh.
If you actually didn't bother to do
Bounce
any
on it,
introspection, you're
Dios.
a
He
sad
bounced on it.
person, and it speaks to your true nature. And
She might
she
not have
says,
been
yeah,
having.
honestly, if we're
She
talking
might
about
not have
Chibi
been,
here,
fornicating,
I
but
don't sincerely care. I was genuinely surprised.
she definitely
he
had
was the
something
guy.
inside of her.
You're not that guy, buddy. You're not that guy. Apparently, according to Deme. So, if she thinks you're a weirdo or you're that guy, you deserve anything.
F14.
Coming
Do I
to
not
you.
have this piece cut out?
Oh, here's the other reply. Okay.
Here's F25.
I feel like that should have been obvious to them. If we say not safe for work, a lot of the times it's about people getting after nudity.
Huh?
Yeah, but they just want to farm Twitter engagement because they're poor AF and have nothing else to earn on. The OG post was obvious
Just
AF.
Just stop.
You're a broke boy.
If you're a broke boy, just say
that.
so.
That's what it made me think of.
Okay. Amazing stuff.
Hey, yeah.
What a
Hey,
disaster.
we're
Yeah,
watching some
thanks for
VTuber drama
clarifying
while
them.
building.
So we
How's it
now
going
know
with you?
that You are a confirmed bad person by your own standard. You're a hypocrite. You don't acknowledge genuine criticism.
But
and
yeah,
you'll
there's
harass people and demean
a
them
person
and bring
not
up their
taking
lowest
accountability.
moments hypocritically.
all they need to
If you
do
think
is say
they're
I'm
weird
sorry
or they're broke.
for like kicking you while you were
Wow.
down, and they're like, no,
Amazing.
I'm gonna keep doubling.
Very cool. Keep up the good work.
She turned the comments off.
She turned the comments off.
Yep.
Let's
Oh!
Oh wait, no, this one goes on like this.
Womp womp, everyone's gangster until only some accounts
I think
can
if I turn, I think the
reply.
light's too bright.
Many such cases. That is some very fragile behavior right there. Stick to your guns. I thought you were an unapologetic bad person. I thought everyone was a pussy, but you. Shame.
This
Shameful
piece keeps
situation.
falling out. This little
Sucks to suck.
green piece. I don't know if you can see it.
Introspection is probably the best thing I could advise at this point. So yeah, obviously that whole set of takes is an entire mess.
I'm just have to glue it
People
in.
were hoping
There's
that
just
someone
no
would
way.
jump on her phone like it's an active
Yeah,
grenade and get her
this
off
video's
the
done.
social.
This video is done. I thought there was gonna be more in it. That was my mistake. That was my mistake. But there is a video with more in it, more to react to. I think it's right here. This is the actual. This should be a better video. This.
Returning to the Deme situation yet again.
Because it does
we
get
have
worse.
Achieved a trilogy, ladies and
It says
gentlemen.
how deep can we? How deep can we go?
Can't stop.
Ricey, we're not
tweeting
done. We have another
about her
video.
current drama. If someone was close to her and actually
The new
cared about her
Psycho
well-being,
frame
they
tends
would
to
be
fall off.
jumping on her phone like it's an active
Oh, and
grenade,
building the
because
Verka for
more
those
she
joining
posts on
us.
social media, the worse she looks. She has
I've
doubled,
not smelled
tripled, and even
this stuff in a long
quadrupled
time, and I forgot how
down on
strong
her
it smelled.
recent mean girl behavior and even her
Plastic
hypocrisy
cement. You can
regarding
feel the brain cells
related
die.
situations. And now she has stooped to a new low, posting very
How low can you go?
fake screenshots of her critics to try to slander them and get a
Oh,
quick
she's
vote on
slandering.
them while justifying her own recent behavior.
Actually, it's libel. Hold up. Actually, it's libel. I need to get the Reddit mod haircut.
Also in this video, we're going to be looking at the defenders of Deme. And let me just say, they are a very interesting bunch, trying to cope with the fact that there's recent clips of Deme perhaps being pounded live on
Yes,
stream.
we get. For those who
as
do not
well
join
as
us, you get to
coping with
watch the
fact that
video.
She's been outed as a massive
I've seen the
hypocrite,
video so many
and they've
times
really
today
shown
because
they
it
have
keeps
absolutely
showing up
no
on my
standards,
timeline.
no principles whatsoever. Defending her.
There's nothing
just
graphic in
because they
it,
don't like
but you
the
can tell.
people she
You can
is
tell.
beefing with. Now let's get a quick rundown of what's happened over the past couple of days. So she came out with this post saying she's very uncomfortable with not safe for work art made of her. Many people, including Chibi
Which is
reviews,
fair,
would point out the
but
hypocrisy of that statement, given the fact she
reposted a not
routinely
safe for work
reposting
artist.
very suggestive art of her VTuber model. She would respond instead of actually attempting to debunk the
What do you
criticism.
mean?
Instead, she would say that he's the
Sorry, the kit just broke. I was putting the piece in and I don't. What do you? Oh. Oh no, no, no. Wait, these. Oh no! Oh no! Oh, I know why it broke. Oh, oh no! It's okay. We have more plastic cement. While I'm fixing this, I'll let the video play. Oh,
whose fiance literally cheated
I know
on
exactly
him,
what I did
and,
wrong.
You can see the memes for someone who's
Psycho
constantly
frame,
preaching about men's mental
frame
health.
broke.
She's not doing a very good
no,
job of that. Also bringing up someone else's lowest moment and their previous relationship opened up a can of worms.
I know
for
why
her
that
because
happened.
People started digging into her, while former and current relationship, where she was with this streamer, who she claimed verbally and physically abused her and even slashed her leg with a knife, leaving a 7-inch scar. She would eventually get back with this individual, and all throughout this process,
everything went horribly wrong.
Posts,
sorry, chat.
shaming people for ever bringing
Dang it!
up
Just
the
realized my
lowest
stream
moment of her
streak
life,
got
which is
reset
exactly
the
what
other
she
day
did
because I
with
didn't
Chibi
watch you on
reviews.
Twitch instead of
Then she
YouTube.
would
Oh,
make a
dude.
new post on the
You fool.
13th saying how busy she was in Japan and that she was really just doubling down on everything, and that, well, it's okay because
She's like,
is a
I was
bad
busy,
person, and she
guys. That's
admits
why I
that,
wasn't
and,
responding. But
well,
also, I still hate all of you.
dodging accountability like her life depends on it. She
Why does
would
it feel
add
so
on
toxic
basically
today?
saying that she advocates
Not the
for
video,
mental
the-
health for women and men, but not for Chibi reviews. Why, you ask? Because she thinks he's weird. And even that
Where?
statement itself
Oh,
is
there it
very
is.
pathetic because it's not even really her own thoughts. She
Okay,
ran
let's
to a
glue it.
Discord
Let's
server
glue
and was
on the.
basically
Let's glue on the armor.
trying to gauge
You hate
how
us,
they
no, no.
would
Oh,
respond
I was supposed to
if
talk
she
about
made a statement
schedule. I'll talk
and
about
what
schedule
she
after
could
this.
say to make it look real, among other things. And when that didn't work, shortly after, she would post this, saying addressing the drama, with a link not to her direct main channel, but instead to a 24/7 rerun channel.
Talked about this
And,
earlier.
well, that's very ironic and desperate, especially given the fact just hours before,
Well,
she was mocking people for farming Twitter engagement because they're poor. And then, well, the next day she would wake up, still in Japan, having a great time, by the way, and she would feel the need to
I'm
flex
loving
on
it.
everyone by claiming she bought her first Rolex. Really giving that Pokimane type energy. If you're a broke boy, just say so. But things would take a very interesting turn over the last 24 hours, where this clip,
because people
among
watched her
others, would go
videos.
viral. You know, remember the whole fact that her standard with her VTuber model and art is that she doesn't want her character to be straight up pounded. She will not support posts like that by reposting them, what have you. Well, some
No, she'll
people
just
are bringing up
repost
a
art that,
clip from
leads
one of
to
her
people
streams
seeing her getting pounded
where
indirectly.
they believe she is being pounded while live streaming. Now, we will never know the truth unless she actually says it.
Oh, the
And
Twitch
honestly,
chat is
I'm
not
giving this
delayed
more
in
for
chat bots.
context
Is it not?
for her next post, because otherwise you'd be like, what is she even talking about?
There we go. We
But
had
for
to
the
do a
clip
little bit of
itself,
gluing, but it's
You
on.
can see someone diabolically left a comment with timestamps of all the things that sound suspicious during that stream.
Is he
And
going to
I
read
gotta
it,
tell
or
you
do I
from
have to read
listening
it?
to
No, 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 no. We are not. We have to read it. The timestamps are reading cutoff, start bouncing dial. This is fucked up. Cheek slaps. Be for real. I've had my fun. Goodbye. Reads multiple paragraphs perfectly when she was out of breath and slurring words minutes before. Ooh.
From listening to it, I mean, there's a lot of weird things going on, right? She's like randomly moaning. She can't really concentrate or read anything on the screen. She's constantly like moving back and forth.
I mean,
And
Dark
there's
Side
even,
Phil
like,
can do it. Why can't she?
skin-to-skin sounds
Are we being
in
sexist
the
here?
background. Like it's if it's real, that's some very
It's good enough for
diabolical
Dark
and
Side
very
Phil. It's good enough for
TOS
her, chat.
behavior by
Don't
her.
be sexist.
But of course, these posts would go viral, getting tens of thousands of likes, and people thinking this is another layer of hypocrisy. And people would start making art and edits like this, mocking the situation, where she would then quote this exact post with this now edited post. As you can see, all of this is grayed out, not because she changed any of this, but because she edited to remove this. So she attached this image of a very clearly fake screenshot from Chibi Reviews, where in the fake tweet it says, went to Walmart today and saw some cute lollies, which honestly made my day. Now, if Deme had the attention span necessary to actually dig into anything before she impulsively started tweeting out fake screenshots,
No.
she would know
You ask
this
too much.
is the
What are you
real
doing?
tweets, where he went to Walmart and saw someone holding a baby kangaroo and said, that made my morning. So here you have Deme not only sharing a fake post, but ultimately perversing a very innocent and wholesome interaction where someone was holding a baby kangaroo. But she wasn't done. She also shared more very visible, very public tweets made by
Keep
Chibi
going.
Reviews
Deny, deny,
talking
deny,
about
deny.
this anime right here, which his comments would definitely fit the theme of that anime. And she posts this as some proof of, I don't really know what. It's, again, not debunking anything he said.
Yeah, it's anime
But as
edgy.
people pointed out,
That's
she's
all
on
it
a
is.
trip to Japan. She's made
Bouncing,
everyone
moaning,
know
checked
she's
out.
on a trip in Japan and having so
Bounce
much
on it, Dio.
fun as she tweets daily, crashing out.
She's having
over
so
this
much fun,
drama,
chat.
but also trying to use
On vacation,
Chibi
I'm
liking a
probably
very
not gonna log
well-known
into my
anime,
main
making a
Twitter.
joke about it. while
That's what
in
you do on
Japan,
vacation. You
seems
don't
like
log
some
into
very
Twitter.
tourist behavior. But then she would edit the tweet, of course, adding on, has to update the tweet since I don't want to spread misinformation. My bad on that. And people were not buying that, saying, yes, you did. That's why
You could have
did
just
while
typed it
leaving
in, seen if it was a
misinformation
real
still,
tweet.
referring to the
There's a
actual
search
body of the
function for
tweet
that.
we'll read in just a second. This person's saying, you're still doing it, by the way. You have no evidence to back up your claims, so pack your bags. You got caught and exposed yourself as a grifter. And then down here,
Fun fact, kangaroos have
says,
two-pronged
"Whoopsie,
peepees.
I accidentally posted a fake image
ask me
to
how I know
hundreds of
this.
thousands of followers."
Not only do they have two-pronged peepees, but the vaginal canals of kangaroos are three. I think they have 2 to 3 vaginal canals. All marsupials have multiple pronged peepees and multiple vaginal canals. Also, so do metatherials, which are egg-laying mammals. But do not try to out-curse knowledge me. How do I know that I like nature documentaries? What
Without
nature
knowing it was
documentaries are
fake.
you watching? The good ones.
My bad, guys. Never again. But here's the actual text. We'll read through it here. Chibi fans want to preach about men's mental health while making fun of a man's attempt. I got slashed accidentally when I pulled the scissors away from him trying to save his life from a horrible decision. Their obsession with the puck fantasy also checks out. Okay, let's just pause for a second here.
The video.
We're attacking fans now. Okay, she's not even directly addressing Chibi. She's going after fans. And by the way, fans in this context,
We have the
is
arms.
anyone on Twitter making fun of her or criticizing her?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Chibi.
She's casting a giant net on anyone who's being mean to her and saying they're
We can do the
Chibi
shoulder pads because those
fans,
are also cut out.
right? And also, I just find this interesting. given
Pigs
the
have a
history
curly
of
Q?
everything.
They have a
She's
curly
now
pee-pee?
changing the narrative to say it's scissors.
Ducks have a
instead
curly
of a
pee-pee.
knife, which she said on stream was a
My
knife. He
source
said
is
it was
information
scissors.
actually in
But now
Aussie.
she's coming out all these years later to clarify that. I just thought it was worth pointing out. And then you can see.
Did you
this
know that
part
there's more
here about
kangaroos than
this
people in
fantasy.
Australia?
Bad timing on that one with the recent viral clip. She didn't deny anything that was happening in that, but just that whole aspect is probably a subject she doesn't want to touch upon too much right now. But she continues on saying, I had no idea that Chibi Reviews tried to take his own life, and I don't wish that upon anyone. Well, here's the problem. You made fun of everything else about the situation.
You knew he
that
got
did
cheated on,
not
but you didn't
have
know he
control
almost
over
took his life.
whatsoever. So drawing
No.
the line here is interesting,
No.
to say the least. But also, how do you not know? Like, the video that she's referring to from Chibi Reviews is like 3 minutes. Don't you want to check out the 3-minute video before you make a whole response bringing up the guy's lowest moment? But she continues on saying, as I said before,
You're
I
asking
don't
for
care about the
accountability.
guy in general. You've been tweeting about him for days. He made one reply.
Chat, she just doesn't care. You don't understand, chat. She doesn't care, okay? Like, she's doing this because, like, you care about it. And, like, she, like, wants you, like, to understand, though, that, like, it's not her who cares. It's you who cares, okay? Like, you're the one who's letting this obsession, like, guide their actions and, like, do everything that they're doing is because they're just, like, so obsessed with what's happening right now. Like, she can leave at any moment she wants to. Okay, I can't really snap my fingers in these gloves, but she can leave any moment she wants to, okay? And it's your fault, right? You know, you're the ones who are keeping this going. While she makes, like, her 20th tweet.
Psychotic about it, but she says, I'm not going to apologize to a guy who dated a teenager while he's pushing 30. So obviously she is manipulating the language here to make it sound like he's some sort of a predator, when in reality he was with an adult. As far as we know, that's the ages that are public right now. So she's using this terminology of teen
There we go.
to wink, wink, nudge, nudge that he's doing something very, very wrong. And also pushing 30, Deme is 26.
He's just poisoning the well.
What are you talking about? But then she says scammed his fans of thousands of dollars for a lawsuit that never happened.
What?
Not really elaborating on that whatsoever in her
what is-
post.
what?
I don't think she even understands.
Scammed
I feel like
people.
she's being told all these things without actually looking into it, and it's just regurgitating it. That's why we ended up with fake screenshots and stuff like that.
But that's
But she
not
continues
good.
on saying, never in my life have I had
That's very loose.
I've heard of people siding with a cheating future wife in any scenario, to be honest. Yeah, I'm not surprised the guy doesn't understand boundary/consent. Well, that's insane. So you're implying something very heinous.
Again, this is her, like, trying to, like, you know, de-escalate the situation. And now it's just like, oh yeah, Chibi Reviews? I'm gonna imply that he assaults women, if not worse. just again. Remember when I said that she has borderline personality disorder and there's nothing borderline about it? I rest my case.
About the guy again. She's using this very manipulative language to paint the guy as some sort of a dangerous person. She continues on saying, if you want to hate me through how I speak and carry myself, fair game. However, if you're going to always complain about harassment in Twitter and cause harassment on me getting physically harmed, it makes no sense. He didn't do any of those things.
No,
Anyway,
people are upset because
I'ma
you have no
continue
empathy.
My Japan trip. Guys, the trip is going so well. She is having the
Is that you're somebody who should
of her
understand
life,
Chibi's
ladies and
perspective
gentlemen.
and
Make
you are
no
actively
mistake,
not.
She is having a ball in Japan. She's totally not coping. But the replies, yeah, not agreeing with her whatsoever. You really wouldn't have to go through the trouble of writing all this mumbo jumbo if you just wrote a simple, yo, sorry, my bad, that was a bit out of pocket.
Yep.
Yeah, literally, this would have diffused the whole situation.
Yeah, my bad, I didn't
Everyone would have
know.
moved on in the first 24 hours. But here's another one saying, this is you right now. You are digging a hole so deep you won't be able to get out of it. The lies, the manipulation, the gaslighting, the Darvo, people see through it all. And you are getting obliterated in the comments. Some people even saying that, well, based on her own actions, that she might be the bad actor in the relationship.
Yeah.
An interesting theory. Gonna just advise you to delete your account.
You could
and
very
graduate.
easily be
You're
manipulative.
Not escaping this. Dude, you went full regard. So on and so forth. And here was Chibi's reply on a separate tweet because he's blocked. Right after this all started, after she replied, she blocked him, preventing any direct engagement on Twitter, which is a very odd move because she's calling everyone pussies and all this stuff, and she's locking replies on her tweets.
No.
She's blocking the people she's been tweeting about endlessly for days, not giving him a chance to directly defend himself, especially when she is saying some heinous stuff about the guy. But he says, Vtuber Deme has now started to use a fake tweet that was created to slander me when I was doxxed and got swatted by police. The fake tweet was created likely from this post I'm quoting. She is now doubling down on Kiwi Farm's rhetoric and lies to attack me. Shameful behavior. And yeah, it really is shameful behavior. It's been like a 4-day-long crash out for her. She is not accepting any criticism on the subject, and it's just
accountability.
It's evolved into something totally embarrassing. She looks like a massive hypocrite, a mean girl, among many other things. But don't worry, there's so many people willing to defend her despite how bad she looks right now, and they are coping hard. Here's one post quoting a screenshot from my channel saying, on the one hand, he makes it absolutely clear the main hypocrisy in question is her bringing up the Chibi reviews censored. Being cheated on when she went through similar experiences herself to the point of asking others not to bring it up. On the other hand, it's censored. Chibi reviews, bro. So I'm glad these people are making it very
So, like,
clear
again, it doesn't matter. Like, I care about men unless, like, they criticize me, or in this case, I disagree with them.
Being pointed out by someone like me,
they
don't care because the subject being targeted in this situation, her attacks on Chibi reviews represent someone this person doesn't like. Therefore, it doesn't matter. And they support whatever.
And if your empathy works that way, then you don't have empathy.
And you can see the replies destroying this individual saying, censoring Chibi reviews name. That is diabolical. Grown man censoring a YouTuber's name. Like some
they might be
K-pop
grown physically, but not grown mentally.
On some random forum or something. Like, this is so
A lot of people don't
pathetic.
make it past the 6th grade mentally, to be fair.
Savvy asking, which antidepressant are you on? Why are you censoring his name like Chibi reviews is some racial slur? You're mentally 10 years old. Well, here's another defender really doing their best, defending Deme, saying engaging
I saw this guy.
Outrage of predator defenders and basement dwellers in your mentions is insanely based. Oh yeah, it's insanely based to be a gigantic engagement farming hypocrite who shamed people for engagement farming hours before this post, calling them poor. Also, this guy, completely mind-broken, reposting Deme flexing getting a Rolex. That is just brutal behavior to support this sort of shameless flexing, this insecure flexing, and be like, yeah, that's a W right there. That's so based is just pathetic. But then again,
remember,
look at the
everyone's
person
poor.
making this, calling people basement dwellers. This guy has 200,000 tweets in less than 3 years.
He's hitting the tweet limit per day, is what that means.
Tweets in less than 3 years. This, ladies and gentlemen, is asylum behavior.
It is asylum behavior because what you might not know is that there's a limit to how many tweets you can make a day if you don't have a check mark. And this guy is likely hitting that limit on a daily basis for 2 years, while saying other people don't have lives. Ooh. And it's just this crazy situation where, you know, just Demi doesn't want to take any culpability in just being a bad person. Ooh. She just wants to dig her hole deeper. She's on vacation, so I don't know why she's even bothering. Ooh. It's just any amount of accountability she's allergic to, and she just digs deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper for. And it's just insane. Ooh. Hello, new people. We have a few more people than average watching us. Hello. We just got done with some drama. I don't think there's much more to talk about for it. Ooh, so if you wanted the drama, I'm sorry. But if you just want the build, we have plenty of that to go around. We are building the Gunpla. Ooh, yeah. We're building the... Almost gave it serial number. We're building the new Gundam Vercom Master Grade. And actually, is there anything else I wanted to watch, or can we move to the more traditional screen? Just yapping. I think we can just move to the more traditional build screen. I can't find it. I'm too stupid. There we go. Oh no! No. Stream is not ending. Stream is not ending. Stream is not ending. Put the music on. Stream is not ending. Where is it? Yeah. No! That was what we were talking about. I did not mean to flashbang you with that, but that's what we were talking about. Mistakes were made. But we're not talking about it anymore. Oh, the files people are talking about are not themselves. Oh, who cares about a dumb checkmark drama about a guy with a bald head? OMG. No, I'm not the drama. I don't have a note on what we're doing. Oh no. We're building Gunpla. The note in the upper right hand corner is gone. I should have transferred over with everything else. Ooh. Okay guys, stream end. No, stream not end. Stream still go. No, we have plenty more just fun little topics to talk about. Just things to generally yap about. Like how people are losing their minds because Kirsha collabed with a Puerto Rican woman, and people are very upset about that because it's very hard to call somebody a bigot and hate all people who... It's very hard to call somebody a white supremacist when, you know, they hang out with, you know, non-white people. So that's also been another thing. People have been losing their minds for that. Originally, that's what I wanted to talk about. Ooh. Actually, fun fact, I actually have several clips that I just have in storage of Kier just casually saying how, like, she's against racism. Ooh, and I'm just waiting for a day to use them. Let me see here. What topics do I have? We have the Demi. Oh, goodness. I hate the UK. The UK made a ban on children of people under 16 being able to use like Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, and you might be like, this sounds like a great thing. No kids under 16 on these websites. It's not for that. It's so they can track adults. The reason it exists is as an excuse because the only way they can enforce it is by having every adult have to like give their information at any time so they know who is an adult and who isn't an adult online. It's just a way to track people. And they're using the whole protect the kids thing as an excuse. Ooh. But a big thing is also it's like the big sites are blocked, but then like pretty much any smaller site is still a-okay. I don't think Fansly's blocked now that I think about it. You know what? I can check that real quick. I bookmarked it. Let me check let me check this real quick. Ooh. Let's see how bad this gets. The new Gundam with the armor looks like a big booba. I mean, that's its up armor to always kind of have the big chest, don't they? Do I have the Kirastarmer? Actually, Jeremy Clarkson had something very wise to say about the Kirastarmer ban on 16-year-olds online. You don't trust them on social media, them being 16-year-olds, after 9 p.m. Yet you're happy with them to vote. How does that work? Am I taking crazy pills? Yeah, so also Kirastarmer, he wants to make it so 16-year-olds cannot use the internet on certain websites, but they can vote in British elections. These people are absolute clown world. Can I have a list of the banned websites, please? Ooh, I don't think I can. I don't have a list. Okay. List of UK banned websites. I'm pretty sure like OnlyFans and whatnot wasn't on the list, as stupid as that sounds. I can't find the list, sadly, so I can't confirm it, but yeah, it's just the UK's dumb. The UK is an irredeemably stupid place. Ooh, Blue Sky, because they're all like, the whole reason they're doing this is they're like, oh, well, kids don't get corrupted on the internet, you know, by like malicious actors. Oh, I forgot to put some pieces in. And they left the Blue Sky on. And if you're not familiar with Blue Sky had a scandal last year where a bunch of people were grooming children, where they were sharing CP and just doing pretty much everything that, you know, everything that people who are into anime are accused of. People on Blue Sky who hate anime were doing. You know, so just another day that ends in Y. I'm still waiting for Mary to check Discord. Well, Mary's not going to check Discord anytime soon, I'm sorry. Ooh. That's not happening. Mary's not here right now. I don't know what Mary's doing, but he's not here right now is the important thing. New Gundam with armor looked big. Okay. Alright, I read that one. Let me check the Discord. Wait a minute, I can just check the Discord here. Let's get rid of the booba. Let's go down to model showcase. He made more cursed stuff. I'll show you, chat. I'll show you the cursed things that I have in my Discord. He put the gawk legs on the Barbadursh. Is that official art of something? Or is that AI? I don't know. I feel like that's probably like official Seed, or that's like something official from Seed or something. Yeah, same vibe. Spot the difference. It's the same picture. Ooh, those are some cursed things, my dude. Okay. Oh, I noticed something recently on YouTube. On mobile, they no longer have a like counter. I've noticed that videos no longer have like counters on YouTube, you know? I forgot SEPH now. How did you forget me? I'm right here. Ooh, that's an official art of the MG Zagok from Build Fighters. Build Fighters, I should have guessed. Build Fighters, the other thing with some cursed builds in it. Oh, there's a lot of cursed builds in it, not some. Bubba. I just hit my face with my crucifix because I was like puffing out my shirt and it went up and hit me in the face. I don't know if that's a sign. Oh Lord. Now that we have that, I want to move on to the ball Gundam, which I don't know where it is. There it is. This is not the pieces for the ball Gundam that I need. These are the pieces that have yet to been cut out. Oh, there they are. Okay. So we're just gonna do a nice little paint job on these pieces. Something I've been doing off stream, and I just feel like it might be nice to do on stream a little bit. So let me see if I... What are those pieces? Where are you from? Oh, you're also the ball. Wow, you've just been here for a while, haven't you? Ooh, I forgot that I took all of the holster pieces from the ball and I painted them brown so they'd look like they were made out of wood. Because I am incorrigible in making things look like they're made out of wood and putting on giant mecha. Had to double check my stream memory was correct that Kirsha collabed with a proto... I'm sorry, that spelling of Puerto Rican caught me off guard. Puerto Rican. Long ago, Sawa-sama. She also collabed with Sawa-sama in the past, you're right. But she collabed with Cha-Cha, the VTuber mom this time. Ooh. And a lot of people are like attacking Cha-Cha over it, but Cha-Cha cannot be bothered. Cha-Cha is what Deme should have done, and that just be like, well, I mean, Demi, and that is just like make a clarification and then just be like, well, if you have a problem with it, just piss off. Ooh. Cha-Cha is having a better go of things, but that's also because like Cha-Cha's been down this road before. She's collabed with Fillion, and people are like, you're evil for collabing with Fillion because Fillion made a joke in the past, you know? It's like, oh, that evil fox woman. People just, oh, sorry, cat girl. Is Fillion a cat or a fox? Yes. Ooh. The answer is yes. The branding's never been consistent. GM, not M master grade. I'm sorry. Also, the clip function is gone from YouTube. Yeah, that's also is it on? I don't think it's on laptop either. I don't think it's on PC either. I think it's just gone. I think it's gone forever. They added a DM function, but they added a DM function, so now, you know, all those, like, all those internet regulations, for, like, you know, DM services now apply to YouTube. Why would they do that? They knew that was happening. It's like they wanted it to happen, I'm just saying. Let me see here. Ooh. I might not be able to stream nearly as long as I want to today. Keep having vision problems. Let's see here. I think I might have missed a chat. Ooh, but the collab with Cha-Cha was wonderful. It's very nice, very wholesome. Because despite what people might want you to believe, Kira is not just a mindless political VTuber. Only talks politics when it's relevant. Usually she's just like pointing and laughing at random social things. If she had it her way, she'd just be laughing at videos of people getting things stuck in their penises. If you don't know about it, there's a thing called sounding, and it's when men insert things in their urethras, and you might be like, why? No, I'm not done. I'm not done. We're not done here. I need to give you more curse knowledge. Because they don't simply like put like, you know, a stick inside their urethra. Imagine this going in your urethra, chat. Really feel it. If your legs aren't crossed right now, you're probably not a man. But don't worry, women can also sound, but it's more of a man thing. Though there was a woman who sounded and she got a shot class stuck in her urethra for like 7 years. You know, one thing I can at least give the men is when something gets stuck up there, they immediately go to the hospital. They're like, yep, I got, you know, I was just having a normal day, and it just, you know, that my headphones are just in my peen now. I just don't know how they got there, doctor. Oh, they just put all sorts of things in there. Like, there's one guy who puts worms in his peen, and you might be like, worms? Yeah. Yeah, he uses, like, a lighter to, like, you know, light a fire behind them so they go into his peen. People are just messed up. People are evil. These are the types of people who should not have rights. Ooh. What else has there been? There's a guy who uses like, who has wasps sting his peen. People are just weird. I think maybe the human race is just, maybe it's had its time. Maybe it shouldn't be alive anymore. Ooh. Maybe vegans have a point. Maybe we are going too far. Maybe we are the bad guys of nature. Oh, good. How did a woman get a shot glass in there? That's like something you'd see in like a hentai or something. Ugh. You want more cursed knowledge? Chat, do you think... Speaking of cursed knowledge, here's a cursed question. Do you think dinosaurs had penises? I mean, some do. Like, ostriches have penises. But others don't. Like doves. I don't know where... I'm looking for... That's what I'm looking for. Actually, 97% of living dinosaurs, birds, do not have peens. What if they don't have peens just to lose weight, you know, for flight? What if, like, all the dinosaurs just had, like, retractable peens? And, like, the reason we don't see them in any, like, trackways or anything is because they, like, could go up into their cloacas. Do you ever wonder these questions, chat? Because these are questions I wonder all the time. You know, I'd be like, I'm a dinosaur, so wouldn't I have the answers? Well, I'm not going to tell you the answers, chat, because then that would spoil it, okay? Whether or not I have a peen is for me to know and you never to find out. Ah, jeez. Mahout's coming in at the worst time. Switch coming in at a time that he's like, finally, my topic. We're talking about genitalia. My time has come. What the fuck did I come back to? Oh, you know, this is another, you know, you've watched a Kier stream before. Don't be like, oh, sounding? I've never heard of such a thing. Don't act innocent to me. Don't act innocent, Opus. We've been here before. I went from cookie to suddenly I'm no longer hungry. If you can, listen, I'm not talking about things nearly as bad as Kier. I've not talked about Queen Snake, where women put thistles into their vahoo-hoos, okay? You know, they're like, I have a handful of thumbtacks, I'm gonna put them inside me. That's fucked up. I just got here, I know, and we're already at 1,000. Every time I hop in and talking about sounding, I must be lucky. I told you, this is Switch's wheelhouse. He's like, yeah. Everyone else is like, why are we talking about this? Switch is like, yeah, my day. Oh, yes, I think someone had peeners, but smule. You think anyone's ever, like, done sounding with somebody else's pee-pee? Because I know there's docking, and docking is when you take the foreskin and you put it over the pee-pee of another guy's glands. Which, I mean, like, you have to have a lot of foreskin to do that. Like, a gross amount of foreskin. But do you think anyone's ever, like, tried to insert their penis inside of another man's penis? Or do you think, like, maybe not, because, like, I don't know, like, the sexuality. Maybe sounding is, like, a straight man thing. Maybe only straight guys sound. You know, maybe gay guys are like, I do enough crazy things with my penis. But then again, maybe it's the gay guys who are sounding. I don't know who's sounding. We don't know the sexuality of these people, outside of the fact that they're freaks. My mom's earphones connected to my phone while I was, I'm so sorry. This is why I don't like Bluetooth. Listen, we condemn all the things we're talking about. We're talking about bad people doing bad things. We're not saying you do not sound, chat. I will disown you if you sound. I'm more of a fan of female genitalia. So it was nice hearing about female sounding. Oh god. John K. PETA. I will not elaborate. The ultimate sounding man inserts into a woman's urethra. Does he insert the woman into his urethra, or does he just insert himself into the woman's urethra? Oh, God. I kind of wish I had an article just to show you how, like, crazy these people are. They have, like, no shame. There's, like, interviews with these people where they're like, yeah, It's just how I get off, you know? Like, I just have wasps sting my pee-pee. And it's just... Again, it really makes you think maybe Ted wasn't so off the mark. Maybe we have gone too far as a species. Maybe evolution was a mistake. Maybe we should have never left monkey. Maybe we should have just always been monkey. Oh, I forgot you can't thin... I put thinner in the gold, and I forgot you can't put thinner in gold because it's already too thin. So that gold is just wasted effectively. That's a shame. What if a doctor did it? Well, that's called a, not a PICC line. A PICC line is what goes in your arm. I had one of those. After my major surgery as a kid, I had a, not a colostomy bag. That's the one that gets your poop. What's the thing that goes in your peen to catch your pee? Hold up. What goes up your penis after surgery? I can't remember what it's called. Please give it to me. A catheter. I've had a catheter before. However, you're on so many painkillers that you don't really feel anything when they have you on a catheter. The one thing that they don't tell you about a catheter, unless you have had one before, is when they take it out, not only is there a popping sound when they take it out, because there's a little balloon in there, so when they take it out, a little bit of air comes out with it, but the first time you pee, because there's a little bit of air in your urethra, your penis will fart when you pee after you get a catheter taken out. So you'll just pee and you'll get a little bit of bubbly. That's not cursed knowledge. That's just medical information, chat, okay? So now when you get a major surgery and you get a catheter, you know what to expect. See, I think she doesn't really care what I listen to, at least. I think we can make her care, though. We can make her care. Here I wanted to talk about dinosaurs today, but here I am talking about the degeneracy of humanity. Let's see here. Also, damn, this is the second Gunpla stream I joined in the past few days where the topic was kind of just unhinged. Second. It's not a good Gunpla stream unless we get unhinged, let's be honest, okay? I think those are the good ones, okay? Sadly, I don't have any... Ironically, I don't have a lot of Gundam to talk about on this Gundam stream. I haven't been watching it. On vacation, one of the things I'm going to be doing is just watching ReZero and Gundam. It's going to be so good. My vacation, I'm calling it a vacation, but it's really, I'm just going to be house sitting. And while I'm house sitting, I'm just going to take the time just to catch up on all the things, all my reading, everything. Just disconnect from a lot of stuff. I'll still probably be on the Discord, but there's a good chance I'll try to disconnect as much as possible. I think I'm only going to be on my secondary account for Twitter, just because I don't want to be on main. Main is such a crap show. The other people were talking about past toxic relationships while someone was talking about his relationship. Ooh. Toxic relationships are the worst. I've been in one of those. And I thought for the life of me, when I told her I just want to be friends, I thought she cut ties with me because, you know, I broke her heart and I felt really bad. But then I remembered that she's an incredibly toxic and kind of low-key evil person, and I realized she didn't cut ties with me because I said I just want to be friends. It's because before that, I asked her to trust me and stop, you know, being abusive to me. That's why she cut ties with me. I was like, oh, you know, oh, I broke her heart. No, she had no heart to break. YouTube is definitely gonna bury this stream. Don't worry about it. Listen, it's a Monday stream. It's a cursed topic stream. That's what I plan for, okay? There are big boobs on the thumbnail. I know it's gonna be demoted. Okay? I know what I'm doing. I know I'm making a mistake. I am aware. Besides, YouTube demotes me all the time. So, what's another demotion out of all things? I'm pretty used to getting demoted. I don't know what that means, Kays. AKA NBA video games? What the? I guess YouTube won't be, let me talking about Monkey Ball. Don't fucking call, don't call that Monkey Ball. Is it good to disconnect now and then? Oh, it's great to disconnect now and then. Normally when I disconnect, it's because of, like, mental health reasons. For once I get to disconnect just in general. And that's really what I'm looking forward to. This piece is supposed to be black. I have to remember that later. It's okay, it's the first coat. If it's uneven, that's literally what the second coat is for. I really stretched that paint way too much, though, on that first coat. I should be a little bit more liberal with my coating. In all honesty, I should go back and fix that first coat. That is awful. I don't know if it comes across, but it's really just uneven. And even though I'm gonna apply another coat later, that unevenness will come through in the second coat if I don't fix it now. Oh, I forgot. I saw a movie over the weekend. I watched a lot of movies. I watched Backrooms. I watched like Kung Fu Hustle. But I watched this movie that Kier watched. And I thought, because when she talked about it, she like kept talking about like these Jewish brothers, and I thought the Jewish brothers were going to be way more part of the movie. They're not. They're like barely in the film, but they are the highlight of the movie nonetheless. There's these like two Jewish brothers who are like hitmen, who are like guns for hire, and they are just like so Jewish. They got those big beards. They got like they have the big wide brim hats, but underneath they have yarmulkes. Ooh, and there's not a lot of time with them, but they have this great lines, like when they have this guy hostage, because it's Sabbath, they go to see their grandmother while holding a hostage, and they just go like, and the grandmother's like, oh, who's this guest you brought? And they just go like, oh, he's a half Jew, you know, the good half. And then she's like, oh, half Jew, you know, you're fully part of this family regardless. It's just like, these are guys who are just, again, guns for hire, brutal killers, just having this innocent interaction with their innocent interaction with the, like, you know, with their mother. Also, like, a big part of the movie is because it's Sabbath, they can't drive, so they just get the hostage to drive for them. And they have a whole, like, discussion in Yiddish about it. It's like, we've all, like, and it's like, oh, we can't drive today. It's like, we were driving earlier, yes, which is already a sin. And we can't drive more. We just went, like, we were just in this building and we just killed a bunch of people, you know? It's like, after committing murder, they're like, oh, yeah, no, like, the real concern is that, like, you know, if we drive, then God will be really upset at us. You know, all those Goyim we killed, and he'll forgive us for that. But if we drive, that'll get us in a lot of trouble. Our mother said so. Jarvis, play Fly Me to the Moon. I just realized, is the music loud? No, okay. I forgot. I couldn't remember if I lowered it. Let's see. Gold New Gundam Hyakushiki. I kind of thought about that. The yellow pieces I should have painted gold. But it's a little late for that. Oh yeah, that spinning table in the corner just reminds me of the original Evangelion series credits. Where Ray is just spinning on one... What? Wait a minute, what? I must see this. Evangelion credits. Evangelion. I don't remember this. Evangelion. Not opening. I need credits. Oh yeah, she is. She's just spinning her little. Yeah, she's just spinning around, chat. She's. I think the reflect. There you go. You can see it. She's just. Her reflection is just spinning around, spinning around, and around we go. What? I don't remember a lot of things about Evangelion. I'll be honest with you. Fly me to the moon and let me play amongst the stars. Should I make a pizza as I hatch a stream, or as I watch the stream, or continue to be lazy and refuse to eat? Eat in line with your metabolism. I haven't eaten today, but that's because I'm fasting, because I couldn't fast on Sunday. Normally I fast on Sunday, you know, to bring me, you know, to get a healthier body, but also do my pay respects to God. But I wasn't able to, you know, I wasn't able to do that this Sunday, so I'm fasting today instead, chat. Ooh. Actually, since I've started to fast, I fast 36 hours or 20 hours every other week. And it's honestly been, like, great for my metabolism. I have lost so much weight, and I have put on so much more muscle. It's been really good. Yesterday, I confused the word jacuzzi with yakuza. Now I am in hot water with the Japanese mafia. Holy Sabbath! Yes. I love all the, like, how much of Judaism is, like, trying to get out of things. Like, it says, like, so much of Judaism is like, oh, you have to observe the Sabbath and whatnot, or, like, you know, you shouldn't do this or that. And so much of, like, you know, Judaism is like, okay, how can we get around this rule? So much of it is like, how can we, like, get around these rules? And so much of, like, the Jewish Torah is like, if you try to get around these rules, God will know, because you're like, you might not be doing the thing literally, but you're still doing it in spirit, and you're gonna get smited for it. And there's just stories about that all the time. Like, if you try to work, like, you're not allowed to work away from home during Sabbath. And there's a story of a guy who ties a rope around himself, and then he ties the rope around a chair inside his house, and he starts cutting wood outside. And the reason he cuts wood, and the reason he has the rope tied to himself, is because then he's still technically inside, because the rope is touching him, and it's touching the chair inside. So he's not, you know, breaking the Sabbath by cutting wood. And this is a story, and God is like, no, lightning. No, you can't just tie a rope to yourself and be like, I'm not outside, God. You know, still a part of me is inside because it's the rope there. And it's just, and then just like you have all these stories, and then modern Judaism is like, okay, we're flying over a cemetery. What we need to do is put ourselves in dryer bags, you know, because if we fly over a cemetery, we have to, like, we're going to become unclean with, you know, the taint of the cemetery. So Israeli Air in Israel had to ban people bringing dryer bags onto flights because Orthodox Jews just in the middle of flights would, like, look at their phone, be like, oh, and just put themselves in, like, a dryer bag. like a reverse horror film, like, and they'd just be in the dryer bags as long as they were over the cemetery, and then afterwards they'd emerge from the dryer bags like a beautiful butterfly. It's just so fucking silly that they had to ban that from, like, the airways in Israel, because it just kept happening. You have lost weight, luckily. Awesome. I like to hear people doing better for themselves, and, you know, one of the best ways to do better for yourself is take care of your body, because you only got one, chat. The other day, my wife asked me, you're married? Asked me to pass her lipstick, but I accidentally passed her the glue stick. She still isn't talking to me. Hey! That's enough dad jokes. We can always have more dad jokes. Don't you worry about it. Don't you worry about it. My diet is 80 to 90% mat and cheese though. So not sure if that's bad. I mean, that almost kind of sounds like an English diet. I saw something on the Twitter where they were like, "Oh, in England we eat sandwiches, and the sandwiches are just like like Swiss cheese, or it's just a block of cheese." And when I say a block, I don't mean a slice. I mean a block of cheese and like a slice of onion in a sandwich with like mustard on it. And when I saw that, my immediate thought was, "What's the point of the bread?" I eat that without the bread. The English are like, the Americans could never understand this, and I just saw it and was like, no, that's one of my favorite, that's literally my comfort food. Only, you know, I'm not a sissy, I don't eat it with bread. Let's see here, waka waka! That's so funny. This is why I have a hard time taking Jews seriously. I love their little, I love it. I love their hats on hats. Don't get me wrong, I'm Catholic and the Pope wears hats on hats. The Pope wears like, how many hats does he wear? Opus, how many hats does the Pope wear? He has like a little yarmulke of his own, but it's not called a yarmulke because he's not Jewish. But then he has like a hat on top of that. And then he has like, you know, another hat on top of that one. Then he has the big Pope hat on top of that one. He has like 4 or 5 hats on. It's so gauche. Meat and cheese is my life. Oh, you said meat. Okay, you didn't have the E in there, so I was like, I don't know what mat is. I thought it was artificial meat. Oop. There are 2 kinds of GQ styles designs in UK stuff. Wait, sorry. We're talking about the UK. I read UC as UK stuff. One kind just a straight adaptation of aesthetic, and the other is the GQ timeline tech development and accounts for it. Sounds like a killer sandwich. I don't mind to make bread. I'm a celiac, so I don't eat bread. You know, bread evolved after I was, you know, in the amber. So, you know, I come out of the amber 70 million years later, and everyone's eating grass, and they're like, no, 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 dude, it's cool. Ooh. You know, grass is gross. Back in my day, grass was like, you know, that common. Now grass is everywhere. It's gross. It's disgusting. I hate it. I'm allergic to grass. When I walk through it, it makes my feet itchy. I hate this world. I prefer when the tyrannosaurs were just, you know, one-shotting my brothers. It's more reliable. Out of curiosity, which do you prefer for the GQ styles? I appreciate things like the Gelgoog, you know, where it's like, you know, oh, hey, like, because it's a different timeline, this thing looks different. But I'm also kind of happy that it's only the Gelgoog that's like that, and I prefer the more one-to-one translations. The Psycho Gundam, the Psycho Gundam technically looks like the Psycho Gundam Mark II, but I think we can forgive that. The Hammurabi looks like a Harambe, looks like a Harambe, whatever you want to call it. I prefer the one where it's just like we take the thing and we make it look like it's supposed to. Ooh. Like you look at it and you can recognize it by like its appearance, and you know which thing it's named. I like that they only really did that with the Gelgoog as like just a little bit of deep lore, as a deep lore cut. Steph, have you got any music other than the intro music? Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. I want this music. Nope, I typed it in wrong. No. I have. I hope that's the right volume. I have Game Boy music like a true gentleman. I meant to switch to the calmer music, but ooh. It feels like the starting soon music just doesn't really work as a BGM. I do love banana bread. I love banana bread, but I can't. But making banana bread that's gluten-free is such a pain in the ass. There's like 4 or 5 official Pope hats. Yeah, I know. This is. I used to know all their names. Oh my god. Try hard. I eat people named Matt, I guess. Lol. No, Matt with 1 T. Not the mats with 2 teeth. Those ones are safe. No, you just eat like no. You just eat entry mats. What am I thinking? You love the welcome mats. They're just delicious. You just can't keep yourself from them. I know his mass hat is called a mitre. Very good. Ooh. What I didn't know is that like calling it mass is supposedly like a Catholic exclusive thing. Everyone else calls it either something else or like some type of service. I thought everyone just called it mass. Apparently other people just call it Sunday service, which is really boring. Also, Orthodox people like look at Catholics and like treat us. Apparently they're like, oh, you're what's that? Your communion is unleavened bread? Ew, like how dare you? For context, the Last Supper was eaten with unleavened bread. The Passover meal, which is what the Last Supper was, is eaten with unleavened bread. It's just a certain type of way of making bread. But apparently Orthodox, which literally, I mean, I don't need to explain the irony of people saying that they're Orthodox going, oh, you're more Bible accurate? Gross. Instead, what Orthodox do is they have like a slurry of like the bread and the wine in like one thing, and they have like a little spoon that they like scoop out. They scoop out the Eucharist, which is the body and blood of Christ, with a little spoon, and like they feed it to you like a little baby bird. And I did not know this. That if you go to Orthodox Mass, they feed you, they go like, here comes the airplane, here comes the savior of humanity, boop. Open wide, here comes the sun, ba ba da ba. Ooh, I don't feel like they should be called Orthodox anymore though after that. Matt, I eat yoga mats. You eat workout mats and you absorb their power. Everyone who's worked on the workout mat before you've eaten it, you know, their sweat soaks into it, and by eating their sweat, the part of them becomes a part of you, and you just gain more power that way. I know your game. I get you. Let's see here. Only the sweatiest, dirtiest yoga mats. I called it. By the attractive women. No, you also have to do the men. Don't be sexist. Don't be a misandrist, okay? Also service the men. You don't want to be sexist, do you? It's Men's Mental Health Month, and you're ignoring them? Okay? You've never given a bro a reach around? Never given him a kiss goodnight? On Men's Mental Health Month, you ignore your fellow men. That's gay chat, okay? Every bro sometimes need a little reach around. Don't be gay. Help a brother out. I love how cursed we haven't had a good just yapping stream in a while, and I miss how cursed these are. These are so cursed. I used to attract women, wagyu of the wagyu of the mats. If you think about it though, the men being bigger and burlier, they're gonna press down on the mats more. So, like, the mats that the men use are going to be better tenderized, if you think about it, though. You know, do you really want those rough mats with all those light women on them? You know, all those mats, they're going to take forever to chew, okay? You want a mat that a man has laid on, that a man has really abused. You know, that mat, the fibers will just fall apart from one another. You know, you want the hot bodies of the men that can cook them. You know, women, they're smaller. They don't generate as much heat. You know, their mat's undercooked. Soggy, juicy bread sounds disgusting. That's kind of what banana bread is, isn't it? Any soggy bread is trash to me. I mean, banana bread is kind of just like, it's kind of soggy bread, though. But it's like, it's just soggy enough not to be gross. It's not soggy, it's moist. I don't know why some people don't like that word. Ooh. Actually, well, it's always women who don't like the word moist. I don't know if I've ever encountered a guy who's like, oh, I don't like that word. But I've encountered multiple women who's like, ew, that word's gross. Moist. I don't even like this, you know, how it feels saying it. Moist. Men don't taste good. No reach arounds. I'm not Jared Leto. I'm happy you remembered that. I'm happy you remember when I showed you that clip of Jared. That should be a notification. Hold up. I'm an affiliate. I should be able to get money. Okay, wait a minute. We need to write this down. The reach around has to be... That's part of the lore of this channel. The reach around, Jared Leto going, who else is gonna give you a reach around? If you don't know, that's what Jared Leto says in the Snyder Cut trailer. He does not say it in the Snyder Cut movie, which is why the Snyder Cut is a 0 out of 10. Leto, reach around. Reach around, redeem. Oh yeah, nobody's ever gonna give these redeems. Nobody's gonna give me money, but I want to have the redeems. Oh, could you imagine somebody coming into stream never having seen the Jared Leto just at his best and hearing that line? Chat, remember when I said that the uneven coding was gonna kill me? It does, because... Or have I not coded? I haven't gotten to this one, actually. Banana bread is cake. Yeah, but like... It's like... It has fruit in it, so it's healthy for you. Have you thought of that? Huh? If cake, then why is there fruit? Huh? Are you gonna tell me that there's such a thing as fruit cake? I don't think so. Okay. Okay, it's bread. A creature that exists on the planet. Wait, man is a... Jared Leto is a... Certainly a creature. Jared Leto is a creature. He's not a man. He's just a creature that dwells that we have to share the earth with. He'll eventually go back to his underground dwelling, sleep for another 5,000 years, and then come back and be a blight on humanity again. My banana breads are never soggy, always dry. You don't want them dry, you want them moist. What are you doing? Part of the wonderful things of like is that it is moist like a nice cake. You don't have your cakes dry, do you? Ooh. Let me see here. Very dense. My banana bread's gonna be dense, but not because I want it to be, but because all gluten-free bread when you make it at home is super dense. Oh, actually, wait a minute. I can actually make, well, I mean, there are, if I use the right type of yeast, I can actually still make it rise without using a gluten-free, because I use yeast for my gluten-free cinnamon rolls. So yeah, as long as if I can use the right yeast, maybe I can get bread that's not super duper dense. Americans have warped the perspective on bread. Yes, we do. And we have the correct perspective on bread. Okay, just put a shitload of sugar in it until it's edible. Ooh. Actually, it's funny because gluten-free bread is probably closer to actual bread than real bread, because gluten-free bread is so bland. It actually is bread a lot of times. It is so bland and it's impossible to eat if you don't toast it. If you do not toast gluten-free bread, it is just the worst thing imaginable to consume. Ooh, no cap for real, my homies. Ooh, I hope you're enjoying the stream, chat. And if you're new here, I hope you're enjoying it and follow for more. Ooh, we're having fun here. We always have fun. We're very fun people. The demi-drama, I feel like we should have just skipped that. We should have just gone straight to this. Just straight to the cursed topics. I know this is what you prefer. This is what you tune in for, chat. You know, us talking about sounding and whatever else we've talked about today. I don't remember. I hate cake. He's more of a boob man, I understand, okay? I also watched El Dorado as a kid. I know where you're coming from, okay? It's all about that... Wait, no, wait. El Dorado is the cake. You know, actually, I watched El Dorado as a kid. I don't know what you're talking about, Switch. I don't get it. Obviously, you did not watch Peak Fiction growing up. I'm sorry that your childhood was devoid of joy. I'm very sorry about that. See, Honestly, I think most overly sweet things, from frosting, vanilla, blah blah blah, blah desserts, food you dislike. My dad doesn't. My dad has an anti-sweet tooth as well. My dad does not eat chocolate at all. Like he does not like it. Which is just wild to me because I love it, but that's because I get that from my mom. My mom tried to give up chocolate for Lent one time, and she did not succeed. I remember coming downstairs. I was a wee lad, like 8 years old or something. You know, and if you're not familiar, if we Catholics, we, you know, during Lent for 40 days, we give up something that we give up a vice or something that typically it should be a sin, but something that you do in excess that's not good for you. And, you know, my mom gave up chocolate, and I came down one night, you know, I was just like, you know, because I was a little, I never slept right as a kid, but I came down, and just everything was dark except for the light over the stove. And I just see, like, my mom in the kitchen, just with a giant pot, like a big spaghetti, not puggetti, spaghetti pot, just stirring it with just, like, all the steam rising out of it. And she just, like, turns to me, you know, just like Gollum in the cave, you know, just like a scene out of The Hobbit. And she looks at me, and she just says, I wasn't strong enough. You know, she's just like, I tried. Oh goodness, that memory is burned into my brain. I'm just coming down and seeing my mom just failing at Lent and immediately making an excuse. I couldn't do it. Meanwhile, my dad was a Methodist, and he was like, "Oh, we don't do that. We know. No, that's a silly Catholic thing." Actually, my dad was an offshoot of Methodist. He was like, not a Methodist. He was like a Methodist of a Methodist. I love desserts, especially chocolate. I like chocolate too. Chocolate's real good. Pretty much only eat deli bread. But the only deli around is the Walmart. Lol, I used to French steak a lot. I'm so happy I have a market. I have a local meat market because I get all of my like lunch meats from there. Ooh, and they are so good. Ooh. Ooh. One thing I'm not looking forward if I move back to a suburb or city is that there's just going to be no like butcher shops. It's going to be awful. I'm going to hate it. I won't have like these nice meats anymore. Nope, not a boob man. Navel, thighs, feet. Okay, Tarantino. I do like Road to El Dorado, though. Yeah, that's because her feet are showing, and her hips are showing, and her navel is showing. You dirty boy. I like some dark chocolates, and like dark chocolate, I couldn't stand as a kid, but I really like it now. I prefer it as an adult. But outside of that, I'm not a big sweets fan. Can dinosaurs eat chocolate? Wait a minute, am I breaking canon right now? A lot of things can't. Humans actually have a really robust digestive system, which I am not. I am a dinosaur that simply looks like a human. Am I a dinosaur with magic that looks like a human, or was my consciousness put into a human hybrid body? I haven't decided that lore yet. More at 11. Chat, what the hell was I looking up? What was I looking up? I distracted myself. Road to El Dorado. Okay. Dark chocolate. Okay. Wait a minute. Uh-huh. Yes. 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 I don't have it. I don't know. I have no idea. What was that? G. George Costanza. My mom's a female George Costanza. To the G's as far as I caught into the typing. My mom's a female George Costanza. And if you're like, that sounds awful, it's not good. It's not good to have the female version of the man who said, you know, to believe, to truly lie, you have to believe your lie. If you ever lie, you have to believe it. You can't just lie to the person, you have to lie to yourself. My mom lived by that mantra. Dr. Pepper is peak. I love coconut cream. Dr. Pepper is like the ultimate I can have one of. I can have one of, and then I like can have like one a week. One a week with a meal. It's a nice treat, but I cannot pound Dr. Peppers. Dr. Pepper is good, though. I have some downstairs. But do you have any Down syndrome? I'm not laughing at Down syndrome. I'm laughing. Actually, no, I am laughing at Down syndrome. I'm laughing at the idea of syndrome from The Incredibles, but if he had Down syndrome. If he had Downs, so instead of being syndrome, he'd be Down syndrome. I want to be your sidekick, Mr. Incredible. That's fucked up. That's like a drawn together joke. That's so fucked up. And the worst part is, chat, right now, I'm going over to my phone to type that down so I remember to fucking make that art. Syndrome from Incredibles. But Down syndrome? I'm a horrible human being. That's a horrible thought I had. I think I might just be a bad person. Everyone else is getting canceled. Meanwhile, I'm just sitting here existing. I'm a bad man. Canned dinos eat chocolate. Why did I have G then? Okay. Can birds eat? You should not give them bread because it expands in their tummies. Eat chocolate. No, birds should never eat chocolate. Well, that explains the digestive issues I get. It contains theobromine and caffeine. Isn't theobromine the name of an adult artist? No, theobromine is. Don't say the name of adult artists on stream, because then people are gonna look them up. Oh my god, it's just like, tetrodotoxin. What is with, there's not a lot, you know? I was gonna say, what is with adult artists naming themselves after toxins? And then I realized, there's only 2 people. You know, it's only happened twice, but you know, it's still strange. I'd have 2 nickels. I fucked that line up. I prefer, Spreckers. Spreckers is so good! Their grape soda is so underwhelming, though, but their cherry colas are so good. Their cherry colas are my favorite, and I'm a root beer man, but their cherry colas hit different, man. Chocolate lava cake for dessert, with a natural vanilla ice cream. I need to make a cake and then take it to take it with me on vacation, and then for a week I can just eat the cake. I need to make the cake tomorrow. I need to put that down on my notes. I need to make cake. Okay, make cake. Okay. The Spreckers is so good. Their orange cream soda is also great. Well, now we're getting canceled for which one? The Down syndrome? It's okay. I'll just say it's a character from Drawn Together, and nobody's watched Drawn Together, so they'd have to believe me. You know, it's not my idea. I'm just replicating, you know, what other people have done. Honestly, Down syndrome is 100% a character that you'd see in Drawn Together. Drawn Together was such an offensive show. But it took shots at everybody, which is why I respect it. And every time I see the DP, I'm thinking of either double penetration or DSP. Usually the latter. You know, the one I really care about. Good DSP. DSP can jerk off on screen for a stream and still get money. Mind you, people aren't giving him money because they like him. They give him money because they just wonder how long we can keep it going. You know, I've never given DSP money. I call myself a denizen of the internet, but I've never given DSP money. I need to fix that, chat. On vacation, I need to remember to donate to DSP. That man is a cornerstone of the internet. If he ever retires, I think the whole system might go down. You know, he's like the last of the Wild West, man. You know, he's one of those old cowboys that was never any good to begin with, but he's still in it. He's still there. You know, the year is 1905, but he's still cow hustling, you know? He's not good at it, but somehow nobody's gotten him. He's still doing it. But I can have a DP, Dr. Pepper, but it's like a 2-liter. Again, I can only do them in like very small amounts. Let's see here. Can dinos eat white Welsh cheddar or smoked Gouda? I mean, I'm lactose intolerant, but let's see if birds have to be lactose intolerant, right? Can birds eat cheese? Cheerios. Yes, birds can eat plain Cheerios. Ooh. Cheerios is best. Birds will happily eat cheese, but it should only be fed to them as a rare treat, very small grated portions. Huh. Birds are naturally lactose intolerant. You see, I'm a dinosaur, you see? Lactose intolerant. Feeding them dairy regularly causes them severe upset tummy wummies. So, like, they can have it in small dosage, chat. Horrible, and it's the most tame joke ever. Listen, just because I didn't make one of your sexually depraved jokes doesn't mean me making a Down syndrome joke is okay. His superpower is extra chromosomes. Okay? Just because you say worse shit doesn't mean when I say something bad it's okay. You understand that, Switch? I know for you the bar is a lot higher. I understand that. I respect that. Actually, I feel like maybe I shouldn't say I respect that. Ooh. Let's see here. Menards. I read that as meander. Wait, meander. I mean, Menards and meander, that's a pretty understandable mistake. My Menards stopped carrying the cherry cola. I need to bitch at the buddy's girlfriend about it, and I think he's the stock manager. That's wild. The one I go to, like, pretty much has all of it stocked, but even the local butcher shop I go to has Spreckers. It's a lot more expensive because, you know, local, but I'm okay with it being a little bit more expensive simply on the merit that, well, I don't have to drive like half an hour to get it. Let's see here. I want to like DSP. Nobody wants to like DSP. People compared me to him a lot when I used to stream on Facebook gaming. That's not a good thing. And a few of my YouTube videos got me called DSP. A DSP. That's not a good thing, dude. You don't want to be like, oh, I know you're like you're the king of the lolcats. I guess it means you have longevity, though. Nothing's taking him out. I love cornflakes. Oh, cornflakes are so good. Birds can eat cornflakes. And the only breakfast cereal I ever eat, I hate cereal in general. Cornflakes, the only problem is that they get soggy really fast. They have to eat cornflakes real fast before they get sogified. Okay, there's that coat on. God, I just hate how ugly the first coat looks. Because you can just see all the parts where it's thin. We put that second coat on, and it looks spectacular. Ooh. I'm not sure if the sleepy Pachy is blocking the thing. My jokes aren't that bad. Maybe they are. Listen, I've never been banned. I've never been, like, repeatedly suspended by an entire community on Twitter before. You have. I think you have had that happen to you multiple times. I could be wrong now. But I'm pretty sure you've pissed off multiple fandoms multiple times with your jokes where they have just mass reported you. You get back somehow. But yeah, it is... Like, you are next level, Switch. I got my brand new account temp suspended. Do you see what I just said? He gets not only does he get his main account, he gets his secondary account suspended. The man has no calm, no. He's just going for it. Ooh. He's the embodiment of that meme of I'll do it again. In one way, I want to say, like, you know, bless your heart, but another one, I want to say, bless your heart. Ooh. So, yeah, but you got that suspended, and, same day, so laying low and making less jokes now, sadly. I have, too many commissions I need to get sent to me, so I can't have this Twitter banned. They're good commissions, right? They're wholesome commissions, right? Of you holding hands with your waifus, right? They're not commissions that are gonna get you banned. You're not like, oh, I can't get banned, I need my commissions. Then I can get banned after the commissions because they're gonna get me banned. I feel like I know where this is going. Now, if you're wondering why we're painting the ball bronze and gold, it's because I think it'll look really good when it's done. That's the entire reason. There you have it. It was at this moment that I realized I have no idea what blue I used for the blue. It must have been royal blue, but I don't know where royal blue is. That is magic blue. It'd be a red cap. Let's see. That is night blue. No, we are not making night lords. So you are French blue and you're a spray. So that's not you either. Can I not? If I just don't have it, I can't do it today, but... Ah, you look like royal blue. You are imperial blue, which is the same thing. That's just one of them. Luckily I have one community that loves me. You have a community that loves you. Oh my god. Chainsaw Man, ReZero, Soul Eater, Fire Force. Soul Eater still sticking in there, bless their hearts. Every popular shonen and like at least 6 other fandoms basically outcasted you. I mean, maybe if you just weren't such a spicy boy 24/7. Luckily, you still have one community that loves you. I mean, paid one of my favorite artists to draw one of your favorite characters beaten up after certain events crying. What? So you're like, this is my comfort character, and I want you to draw them getting the shit beat out of them. Switch, are you okay? Like, this is... I want to say this is a non-judgmental space, but I'm a little concerned. Where's my paint thinner? Where's my lighter fluid? Where is the... Oh, shit. Where is the lighter fluid? Oh, shit. That's not something you want to lose. You do not... Oh, it's right here. It was right at my feet. It wasn't by the computer, believe it or not. You know, where it belongs. Next to the computer, next to all the electronics, next to, you know, the fire hazards. That's where the lighter fluid goes. I commissioned a dude quite often since he has basically no limits, but I never get fully not safe for work stuff. Just, this is the aftermath of what happened. That sounds not safe for work. Listen, I don't get the commission when the act is happening. I just get the post-coital glow. You know, that's really what I want. I don't think I can find the thinner, which is not ideal because you should always want to thin your thicker paints, and blue is quite the thick paint. Oh, there's the thinners right here all along. Yes, I am okay. I just happen to have a mind that goes, yes, I want to see my favorite anime girl like this for some reason. We all have our quirks, I suppose. Okay, what other topics do we have? This is why I like Mondays, because it's just, I'm always so full of energy, so full of life, you know, before the rest of the week just robs it from me. You know, before I just feel empty and just not willing to do anything. I still haven't made the Chewbacca short, the Chewbacca short. That's a short I need to make, but I need to draw Chewbacca first. That's a short I need to make. Chewbacca. You think it would be spelled Chewbacca's daughter? Do you think it'd be spelled Y-U or Y-E-W? No, it'd be Y-E-W because Chewbacca is C-H-E-W, right? So it should be Chewbacca in the same way. Chewbacca. But then Baka has to be spelled as Baka, which is confusing because Baka in Chewbacca's name is B-A-C-C-A. So should I spell it like Baka, like the Wookiee spelling, or should I do it like the Japanese spelling? I should have 2 Ks in it. I should split the difference. I should combine the spellings. That's what I should do. Ooh. But if you don't know what we're talking about, we had a Knights of the Old Republic stream a little while ago, and we came up with we gave Chewbacca a daughter called Chewbacca. And it's just a Wookiee. It's a 6-foot tall Wookiee because, you know, she's still growing. She's not 7 feet tall yet, you know. She's still a dainty little thing. But it's a 6-foot tall Wookiee that's in an anime girl school outfit. Of course, you know, adorned with the prettiest pink bows. She has a little piece of, like, space toast in her mouth. Maybe, like, a little bit of, like, green or blue cheese. Not like blue cheese as in like from Earth. I mean cheese that's blue because it's space, you know. How do you know it's space? Because the milk products are blue. You know, so she has a little bit of like blue cheese on her or like butter on her toast, you know. And we named her Chewbacca. Which one of you helped me brainstorm that? Was it Storm? Or someone else? There's always clothes over the parts of that would make it 18 plus. So it's just suggestive. It can still be 18 plus if you're suggestive, though. Okay, so there's that piece. Let's put that there. Yeah, blue is so thick I only should have to do 1 coating of it. You're very against explicit materials. Almost explicit, though. Fair game. Yeah, this is a little teasing. Gravure is what the Japanese call it. You want those gravure shots. You don't want those full-on everything's out. Leaves nothing to the imagination. Disgusting. I want it to be risque, not risky. Says Switch. Switch is just looking at his artist going, I'm a man of culture, not a depraved ape. Do it again. I do have one wholesome commission of cute siblings, one in a Walmart employee outfit and the other in a Taco Bell employee outfit, just posing for a photo. Adorable. I am very... Okay. She sounds like a real head turner. I think I suggest a change for the Chewbacca, changing Chewbacca from whatever you said to... I think I suggested changing it to Chewbacca from whatever you said that was close. I said something close. You gave the name. Ooh. We were brainstorming the whole thing, but I couldn't think of a name. Ooh. You're the one, though, that came up with the name, and I'm still very grateful for that, because that was that lightened my day. And I still can't make a short of it, because I need to draw Chewbacca first. I might just do a really bad edit of just Chewbacca with a Japanese schoolgirl outfit just over top of him. I really want to draw it, but I still have to finish the Atya Tepes art. I still need to finish the lollygagging art, because I realized that the word lollygagging sounds like a suggestive term. And I'll just tell you what the art is, just to spoil it. No, it's nothing explicit. It's just, you know, the shadow meme where it's like a woman looking up and then there's a cylindrical shadow on her face. All it's going to be is a friend of mine who's a lolly baba. So they're overage. Don't be a Puritan. But it's going to be a friend. And it's just going to be them, but instead of the shadow being a cylinder, it's going to be a lollipop. And it's just going to be called lollygag. I just had that thought. You know, the worst part is I had that thought in church. And I was really upset about that because I was like, well, I'm going to need to confess to that. I'm going to need to confess. Yeah, in the middle of church services, I just had like a thought. I just wasn't fully committed. I had a thought that I should not have had. It's a funny thought, but that's not the time for funny things. Lollygag. Yeah, you get it. I think, I want Watto and the Wookiee to breed to make Chewbacca. You want... I can't believe you put, I want Watto and the Wookiee to breed to make Chewbacca. Fuck off. That's... Oh, God. Again, Switch, have you seen Drawn Together? Because I think you'd like Drawn Together. I'm going to be honest. I think you would enjoy Drawn Together. Like, think of the most offensive South Park joke you've ever seen, and then make an entire show that is like that, but 10 times more offensive. Just for the fun of it. That's Drawn Together. Me too. Welcome, Lon. It's been a while since I could see you in my chat. And it's very welcome. You can be here as much or as little as you want, but I'm always happy to see people back. Welcome. I don't know when you came in. I don't know. Listen, it was chat who made the Chewbacca thing. Okay, not me. I made the Chewbacca joke, okay? Okay? Lol, also do it, like the VTuber, puts the clothes basically paper doll style. Yeah. I might just do that if I don't have the time to make the whole drawing and edit. Hello. Just a few minutes ago? Okay, so you have enough context. Excellent. I've never seen it, but I would probably like it. Ooh. Drawn Together is such an offensive show. I love... Nothing is serious in that show. Everyone is just a caricature. Ooh. If you don't know the humor of Drawn Together, let me put it in perspective by describing my favorite character, Captain Hero. Captain Hero is a Superman clone, and instead of saying up, up, and away, whenever something happens, he says, save yourself, and then flies away. His antagonist, his, Lex Luthor, is called, like, Scrotor, and his whole thing is to trick Captain Hero into cleaning his balls. And we see this in an episode where he pretends to have cancer the whole episode. They have, like, they have a reconciliation. They're like, oh, like, I'm sorry for, like, all the things I've ever done to you, Captain Hero, but I just want to be your friend. And it's, like, this whole episode. And then at the end, he tricks Captain Hero into washing his balls, and then goes, I was pretending to have cancer, and he just flies away. It's a very immature show. It is a very immature show. Someone already made Chewbacca. Google really has everything. I'm not surprised that somebody's already made Chewbacca, but maybe I'll be the first to make Chewbacca his daughter. Reminds me Cecil from Kaiju's second comic. But wait. The only Cecil I know is from Archer. Was Cecil an accountant? Or he was some kind of bureaucrat? I just been finding out about the demi-drama and some other stuff. We talked about that already. But the demi-drama is really just getting out of your own way. Because I thought what it was like she would make a clarification and like, do the right thing, and then immediately in another tweet do the wrong thing and be like, I hate everyone. What she actually does is she does everything short of apologizing. She never apologizes, but she'll be like, oh, I did not know, like, I was making fun of, like, a guy who was almost took his own life, but also I'm a bad person, so it's okay. And it's like she approaches the idea of, like, apologizing, and then at the last minute goes in the same tweet, and it'll be like a multi-paragraph tweet. She'll just go, but actually, I'm okay. Like, I'm a bad person, and I'm proud of that. And it's like, it's just that over and over and over again. Also, a clip of her having sex on stream. But, that's enough about Mr. Mediker. I don't know if a lot of people know about that. With his Mr. Mediker's old internet personality the internet aristocrat, one of his final streams he just did it with his girlfriend on stream. He was like, I don't care. That's also a self-destructive personality. Mr. Medicare was a very self-destructive man until he got like super duper cancer AIDS. And then like he was like, well, I guess I'm like already self-destructive on like his body was destroying itself. So it's like, well, I guess I just have to get a better personality now. And he did. Still a very funny man. Let's see here. Oh, wait, that sounds familiar. Maybe I have seen that. As the most immature person ever, I would like to drawn together. There's the Board of Education episode amazes me with how offensive it is and how it got onto television. Oh, my lord. They really were just like, how offensive can we make this episode? My favorite line in Drawn Together, though, is the episode where Captain Hero becomes a gun nut and he just goes to a vending machine, gets a bunch of guns. One of the guns he gets is a needler from Halo. Like straight, it's just a needler from Halo. And he just goes off and just starts killing everything. It's like it's a duck hunt parody where he's just shooting everything. And after like after the montage of him just being a ruthless killer, he just gets a knock on the door. He opens the door, it's Bambi with Bambi's mother, just dead, shot full of holes, and Bambi goes, "You killed my mother!" And Captain Hero immediately, without any hesitation, just goes, "Sucks to be you!" and shuts the door. Oh, Lord. The show, I keep saying like the show is offensive. I cannot repeat the offensive things they do in that show. Ooh. I cannot. Very poor example of, I'm a very poor example of Christian. Go to confession. They'll tell you to do a couple of Hail Marys and an All Father. You'll be all good. I can say that, I'm Catholic. I've watched Drawn Together, but it was a long time ago and I barely remember anything. Fair enough. Oh Lord. I didn't get railed on live at some point too. Wait, didn't she get railed? Yes. Demi got, yes, that's what we were talking about. We don't know if she did get railed, but there's a stream where my model isn't responsive enough, but like the whole stream, like for several minutes, not the entire stream, but for several minutes, she's bouncing up and down very noticeably. And she's just like, she's pretty much just like talking like this. And it's just like, you know, she's just, you know, just really getting into, you know, the game. You know, she's just, I sound like a fucking freak when I say it, but it's very obvious. Like she has something inside of her. And I don't know if that thing is giving as good as it takes. It could just be a vibrator. And she could just be bouncing in joy. But she is very obviously getting excited in a very non PG fashion. Cancer AIDS! A new idea, the wallet I got. Wait. My mom was gonna have some regrets. I don't want to know. You can keep that one to yourself. Cecil Hangs used to hang out with the Lair Nick. Wait, Lair Nick, I can spell his last name. He still hangs out with Comics Gate guys and the Star Wars girl. Okay, I also gets along very well with It's a Gundam. I love It's a Gundam. It's a Gundam. It's a Gundam would be my male Oshi if I watched him, but I do not watch him enough. But I love It's a Gundam. He has a keen wit and is an absolutely hilarious man. Ooh. And apparently he's some kind of swarthy lad. I think he's like Native American or something. Ooh, I did not know that, but apparently he got bullied really bad by black women for it because he had better hair than the black women, so they would just beat the shit out of him. New York is a hell of a place. So how long are you, are you with the new Gundam? The new Gundam, we've only, I think is the third stream with the new Gundam, to be fair. We're not building it, because we're just, you know, right now we're painting something completely different. We're painting the ball, because I want to paint the ball while I'm on vacation. But I just wanted to do something that I wanted to do. We built the arms and the shoulder pads, the body's right here. So we're like about a little halfway done. Honestly, we'd probably have like 2 or 3 more streams, I'd guess, with this guy. What we need to do is we need to make sure we have enough time before the end of summer to build the Atlas Gundam. Because I need my white boy summer. I need my surfer Gundam. I need Cody Bra the Gundam. I could paint him to look like Cody from Surf's Up. I could make Shia LaBeouf the Gundam. But yeah, we've been on it for a hot minute. Guns are cool. Guns are cool. I am Captain Hero. Captain Hero, he dates a girl in one episode, and he dates the princess, and the princess is an absolute freak in the show. But the princess, I forget her name, she really likes it when things go bad. And so Captain Hero pretty much stops being a hero. He was never really a hero to begin with, but he stops saving people's lives. Like, he'll go to like he goes to like a what is it a race, like a NASCAR race, and just lets accidents happen because it gets the princess. She just likes watching like carnage. It's just a really messed up show. Everyone in it is a bad person. I feel like Ling Ling might be the only person who's not like irredeemably evil, but that's usually because Ling Ling dies before like really bad things can happen, and Ling Ling is just a character who it's just like a Pokemon parody character. They just speak Japanese until there's one episode where they widen their eyes. They put tape on their eyes so that they're open more instead of being, you know, closed and slanted. This is a plot of an episode. I told you it's an offensive show. But there's an episode where they just like, you know, where they fix Ling Ling's eyes by taping them open. And Ling Ling starts speaking English immediately. It's the only episode Ling Ling speaks English. And the explanation is now that Ling Ling has round eyes, they're speaking English. That's all the explanation we get. And you were like, that's really racist. Oh, that's not the most racist episode, dude. There's an episode where the Board of Education makes pencils made with grape flavoring so that black kids doing the SATs will eat their pencils and can't complete the SATs. That's a plot to an episode. It's a show that it just takes shots at everyone. And if you're like, what about white people? Dude, half the main cast is like white people that they just never fucking let up on. They hit everybody. Bull! Crazy stuff. Together is such a cursed show. And people always go like, oh, it's so immature. And it's like, yeah, it is. It is so immature. There's an episode where they lock themselves in a van in a parking lot. I mean, like, how do you lock yourself in a van? These characters are really stupid. Like, you never question for a second, how do they do this? You just go like, yeah, they're that stupid. And they're all like, they're only in like the parking lot for like 5 hours, but they're like, oh no, we're gonna starve to death. And so they eat Ling Ling, the Japanese character, because we're like, why not? They need to eat someone. Ling Ling dies all the time. Eat Ling Ling. So they all eat Ling Ling. Magically, a bunch of like Chinese containers appear for the Japanese character that they're eating. They just get a bunch of rice out of nowhere to eat with him, and they're like, oh, I'm so stuffed. You know, like, you know what, like, you know, Ling Ling made a sacrifice, but it's a sacrifice that, you know, will not soon be forgotten and not soon be digested. Ha 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 ha. And then it goes 30 minutes later, and they're just like, damn it, we're hungry again. Oh god. God, I feel like the Waldorf episodes are easily the most effed up. What? Eating pencils? Yeah. And the whole episode for the eating the pencils one, the whole episode is about Foxy getting her license to be an investigator, because she doesn't actually have a license, so it's her passing her own test, you know? It's her, you know, passing her own SAT, so to speak. And then at the end of the episode, she catches the Board of Education, she turns him in, and like a bunch of like FBI guys are like, Foxy, you've proven yourself, here's your diploma as an investigator. And the episode concludes, the story arc, not the episode, the story arc of Foxy doing all this concludes with Foxy saying, I don't want your diploma. And you might be like, oh, because she doesn't need it. No, she doesn't want the diploma because she's too busy eating all of the grape-flavored pencils. I love Cree Summer. If you don't know, the voice of Foxy Brown is Cree Summer, the voice of number 5 from Codename Kids Next Door, and like every black woman from like your childhood in the 2000s. And then you just have her in, Drawn Together as just this offensive fucking character that you're like, did she sign off on these jokes? Because she seems to be enjoying them. Oh god. It's such an off-the-wall show. Ooh. In the movie, they make a joke where there's a robot called Israel. This is not a subtle show. And there's a big murder robot called Israel, and it gets tired for no reason, and it lands in the middle of like a highway, of a busy highway, and the guy who's riding on top of Israel is like, Israel, why did you land here? And it's just like, again, not a subtle show. And it's just like Israel goes, Israel was tired. This is where it wanted to be. It's like, Israel, this is literally the worst place you could be. You could be anywhere else. Why are you here? Israel isn't dumb. Everyone else should move. And it's just like, why is that in the movie? Because then it's like, we couldn't. This one the censors wouldn't let us do on TV, so we can do it for the movie. It's such a weird show that's, again, just trying to offend everyone. Good old Chinese takeout. Chinese takeout is so good. Ooh. I wish I wasn't so healthy and I ate more takeout food, but sadly I am healthy, and so I don't indulge in those bad habits of eating food that, you know, is not actually all that tasty, but it's full of MSG and whatnot, so like you think it tastes good, when really it's just your brain being satisfied. And very subtle. It's a very subtle show, very nuanced show. You know, where there's a whole episode about gay marriage, and the princess character, who's like supposed to be just like a yuppie, anyways, but she's supposed to be like super religious and against gay marriage. And when the gay marriage happens at the end of the episode, she goes like, well, you know, maybe I overreacted to, like, you know, gay marriage being so bad. You know, it's not like, you know, Nazis riding dinosaurs are actually going to, you know, conquer the earth and start Armageddon, and then a tyrannosaur eats her, and on the back of the tyrannosaur is a Nazi, and then it cuts to outside, and it's just, there's magma flowing in the rows, and everything, and Armageddon has begun. And it's like, again, it's not a subtle show. It's a show that's just like, yeah, this is the humor. I've eaten out. What was her name? You eaten out? Somebody can. Oh, looks like somebody's gonna kiss and tell. No, I'm sorry. I've eaten out or takeout since my birthday. You haven't had any since your birthday 2 years ago. It was so bad. I haven't eaten out since. Ooh. I'm sorry to hear that. It's just like it ruined the experience for everything else for you. I just don't do it because it's like not financially responsible. Ooh. Like even just having a lunch meat sandwich is just gonna be like, you know, I can have a lunch meat sandwich and it's gonna cost like a total of like maybe $1 with everything put together inside of it, maybe $1 at most. Opposed to like if I order like a sandwich, that's gonna cost me $5. You know, you order a burger, that's gonna like put you out like, you know, half a tenner. Though a lot of fast food specifically, I don't think is very good. Like, takeout is fine, Chinese takeout, local places especially. But, like, I don't think I'll ever get Wendy's again. You know, Wendy's used to be my favorite, and even Wendy's, I'm like, nah. Chick-fil-A is too expensive. Everything's too expensive. McDonald's, like, again, I'm not gonna buy... Firstly, I don't care for McDonald's to begin with, but I'm not gonna pay $5 for that. Let's see here. Did you see what I said about NASCAR? I think I might have missed that one, or it might have been censored. I'll assume I missed it. That's crazy. Switch, I would have wrecked the dude for doing that to my kid. Huh. Okay, let me move up a little. Safe to say you never went to a okay, I see the NASCAR. NASCAR, I was at one of those when I was like 5 or 6, and a grown man punched me in the face to steal a shirt I was given for free. I hate these people who do that kind of thing. It's like that guy who stole the baseball from the child at, like, you know, the game. That happened recently where, like, some millionaire did that. Where he, like, ripped the ball out of the kid's hand. And it's just like, dude, you can literally buy the baseball. Well, actually, no, they can't. They cannot buy the experience. So this is the one thing they can't buy. So they're gonna steal it. Oh, my lord. But that, I'm willing to bet it wasn't a rich guy who stole it from you. Just some probably trailer park asshole. Maybe some middle-class asshole. Sawa had similar issue in Chicago. She got beat up if she didn't speak like Hood Sawa. That's why I don't go to Chicago. I've never heard a good story from Chicago. Which one of you had a kid pull a gun on you in Chicago again? I still cannot, like, I can believe that story, but I don't want to believe that story is what I mean. Just like the story where one of you is like, yeah, I went to Chicago. A kid pulled a gun on... A kid pulled a gun on me. Yes, that is correct English. I thought I said it backwards, but I didn't. I'm so used to fucking it up. You. I thought it was you, Storm, because you live in Illinois. But I wasn't sure. It could have been... Switch also has a pretty messed up life. We're all pretty messed up together. Ape together strong. Oh, God. Ooh. Fast food is slop for sure, but sometimes I crave the slop. I crave the schlock, but that's more for movies. I've really been looking for schlock movies ever since I've watched The Core. I've been looking for more schlock films. And if you're like, what's schlock? It's like, you know how slop is that, like, those movies that are insincere and, like, they're following a formula, but they're, like, super self-conscious about it, and they want you to know that they're following a formula, and they're like, but it also draws you out of the film. So, like, a lot of modern Marvel movies where, like, you can tell the writers were like, can you believe we're writing a superhero movie? How lame. Imagine somebody writing, like, a superhero movie that's not very good, but they're super sincere about it. It's like really paint by numbers, connect the dots, like really, really simple. But the person's super like, yeah, I'm happy I'm making this. That's what schlock is. And it's amazing. Have you ever seen Armageddon? That's a schlock movie, okay? That's not Roland Emmerich. That's Michael Bay. That's Michael Bay being like, yeah, an asteroid is coming at Earth and they have to destroy it with nukes. You ever seen The Core? The core is, oh hey, the Earth's core has stopped moving. We need to blow up the Earth's core with nukes to get it to spin again. You know? It's just, and they never, like, look at the camera and go like, this is really dumb. They're like, yeah, we're doing this. They're like, yeah, you know, this is the most logical thing to do. Why don't we train astronauts how to work a drill instead of like getting oil rig drillers to learn how to be astronauts? Shut the fuck up. That's stupid. Okay, of course you'd want the oil drill guys to go into space. Just shut the fuck up. That's actually an interchange where is it I forget his name, but the guy who played like the most recent Batman in the Snyder films. I forget his name, but he's in Armageddon. He asked Michael Bay, why don't we just like have like why is it that like they're teaching drillers to go into space and not astronauts how to drill? And Michael Bay told him to his face to shut the fuck up. Battleship is that schlock. Michael Bay and Roland Emmerich are like the king of schlock, of like modern schlock films. I love them, okay? Universal Soldier is technically a schlock film, still Roland Emmerich. Oh, Van Damme and Dolph Lundgren acting as emotionally distant super machine, like super soldier killing machines. Oh. Does Van Damme get naked in the movie? Absolutely he does. It's Van Damme and there's a camera. Of course he gets naked. It's so... Schlock is so good. Ben Affleck, yes, Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck asked Michael Bay why... He asked him, why are we sending, you know, drillers up and not just teaching astronauts how to drill? And I quote... Michael Bay said, shut the fuck up. It's in the commentary for the movie. I don't own Armageddon. Oh. Did you know that the song when Ben Affleck is like making out with his movie girlfriend, I forget her name, but like the song that plays is... It doesn't matter what the song that plays is. The person singing the song is the dad, is the real life dad of the girl in the scene. You know, so they... I wonder if he came like with a discount. They're like, oh, hey, we got his daughter. Maybe we can get him to do the romance song for the movie, you know, for cheap, bro. I Never Want to Miss a Thing. Is that the song's title? Hey, I forget. God, I always remember the leaving on a jet plane. Don't know when. I remember that part, but I never remember the song correctly. The Day After Tomorrow is such good schlock. Schlock, I recommend Species. I've seen I've seen the second Species, but not the first one now that I think about it. Why have I seen the first one? Why have I seen the second one, but not the first one? But that was some good schlock. H.R. Geiger worked on the design. The second Species is... I just fucking remembered. Is it AIDS? Or is it diabetes? I can't remember which one. But, so, like, there's people coming back from Mars. There's 3 astronauts that get infected with, like, space AIDS. With, like, a space virus that subsumes their body. And they're coming back, when they're coming back from Mars, they get infected. But only 2 of them get infected, except for the black guy, who has sickle cell anemia. That's what it is! Because he's black. He might not. Maybe he has diabetes. He either has diabetes or sickle cell. But he has some kind of degenerative disorder. And so, because of his degenerative disorder, the alien microbe cannot bond with him. And then they reverse engineer his disorder to spray on the alien to kill it. So they literally shoot, like, diabetes or, like, sickle cell at an alien to kill it. Species 2 is like, it's a masterpiece. Species is high culture, so good. Unfortunately, it took me 14 seconds to change a tire. It took, wait. So I was like 12 seconds off from what's needed to go pro. That's true. I was like 14 seconds is pretty fast, but 2.5 seconds, yeah. Yeah, those people in the pit crews are insane with how fast they can switch out a tire. Ooh. I love it every now and then when you see the, like, when they switch out the tires and but the car goes and they didn't secure the tires properly, and just, it very rarely happens, but then just one of the tires just flies away. Because they immediately, like, hit the gas. And if those tires are not on tight, they're gonna fly off that vehicle. Epic. Wasn't that a George Lucas movie? Didn't he make like a movie with fairies called Epic? He made the Tuskegee Airmen movie. Epic movie. No, not the Epic movie. Epic. Yeah. Epic movie family adventure. 1 hour and 42 minutes. Blue Sky Studios fantasy adventure film with teenage girl. Okay, it's Blue Sky Studios. It was not George Lucas. I am sad. He made something weird. That doesn't narrow it down. George Lucas made a lot of weird things. I really like the song Prom Tonight from the movie Not Another Teen Movie. I haven't seen that movie in so long, I remember nothing about it. Oh wow, I just don't have this part painted at all. I don't know how I missed that. This is a big white chunk here. Disgusting, I know, chat. Cover your eyes. Oh my god, there's more white here than a clan rally. Lol. I think they got a big lug nut now, like a RC cars, so that it's faster to change them. Oh, well, you definitely want to make sure you have that secure then. I don't know a lot about car racing. I know that the like Formula 1 in America, or the equivalent of Formula 1, I don't know if it's technically Formula 1 in America as well, but I know that we have visors on our, like, you know, open cockpit cars, but then in Europe they just have like what's called the halo, and it's just a metal bar but without a visor. So if anything gets like between the metal bar and the body of the car, it's gonna take out the driver. Mind you, that's very rare, but that has happened before, where a spring came off of a Formula 1 car, bounced on the track, and hit a guy in the head. And literally, because they're going so fast, it tore through his helmet and killed him. Racing is really dangerous. Dale Earnhardt died in like I mean, Dale Earnhardt's death, I feel, is like a famous example where he just got whiplash and died. Where, like, he just got, like, a very, like, you look at the car accident and you're like, oh, Earnhardt got hit. Oh, his car's coming to a stop. That's weird. Oh, his neck broke and he's dead. What? Like, you think it's gonna be, like, a super violent thing. You think, like, he's, like, how people talk about it. You think it's gonna be, like, him flying out of the car without a seatbelt or something. No, he just got hit. You know, he just got the back of his car hit, and it jotted him forward just enough to snap his neck. And it looks so mundane. It looks so mundane when you're watching the footage that you're just like, this is the footage? And it's like, yeah. Racing is terrifying, in all honesty. Clash of Clans? I'm assuming that's for the clan comment earlier. Now I'm just imagining like one sect of Klansmen who's like, they're gonna let Catholics join because they're very anti-Catholic, and the other one is like, no, like we'd never let Catholics join, but that other group has like black people in it. Like, just like weird things where it's like different groups of like Klansmen who are just like, well, we need to diversify. We need to really, you know, accept bridge and DEI. You know? You know, we can get government subsidies if we, you know, we have more black people part of the clan. You know, maybe we should make a partnership with the Black Panthers. Make them a brother organization. Literally a brother organization. We homies. You hate white people, I hate black people. I mean, it's like opposites attract, come on. So F1 is 99% just engineers deciding how to break rules in odd ways. Yeah, I mean, they're so strict on the rules, and it's just like, okay, what loopholes can we make to make our car like that little bit faster? And when they figure out how to make their car a little bit faster, they make a rule that's like, don't do that. And so they have to figure out a new way to make their car a little bit faster. It's all about the margins, baby. Like, you can't have brakes that assist steering. So they made an extra pedal that was not the braking pedal, but it turned the car while slowing it down. it got banned over the name. That's what I mean. That's what I was saying. Where they do little things and they're like, we're not breaking the rules, and they're like, it's like we were talking about earlier with like the Sabbath. You know, you're breaking it in spirit. Okay. Oh no, I have a rope tied to me, and the rope is tied to something inside, so I haven't left inside technically. You know, so it's okay for me to cut wood. No, lightning, smite. Is this on screen? Yes. I feel like one of the worst things I ever discovered is how good wood looks on mecha, even though it makes no sense, because I think every one of my builds I've added some kind of wood or leather motif to, because let me show you. Like this guy has on the handles of his blades, I was like, let's make them look like leather. Let's paint them brown. His sword is kind of like a mix between the dark and dark brown and khaki. I mean, I just keep doing it, and it looks really good every time, even though it's kind of stupid when you think about it. Reject modernity and praise wood furniture on your mecha chat. You know, just say it's mahogany. If you think about it, the wood is probably more dense than the Gundanium that it's built out of. I love how light the mobile suits are in Gundam. I just can't. Listen. I can like do. I can stretch my belief with Gundam a lot. I love Gundam, but when I see how big the mobile suits are, and I see how much they weigh, every time my immediate thought is just the square cube law, and that's not how that works. F1 is Jewish confirmed. Where the fuck did that come from? Hog Rider. Ooh, that is all I know of them. Clash of Clans. Oh right, yeah, they had that like little dude riding the pig, and there was like, they had like videos. That's back when, like, you know, also Raid Shadow Legends had videos. Do you remember Raid Shadow Legends? Do they still exist? Do they still make commercials? Is that still a thing? I still don't know how the Jewish thing fits into anything. Oh, because the Sabbath comment. Maybe we should look into it. Maybe we should look into, like, the engineers. Maybe there is a correlation. Maybe we're on to something. Ooh. Fine if they named the steer pedal, but they called it brake steer, so it was banned. So because it was called the brake steer, because it's has brake in it, it was still not allowed. I get you. Raid is so boring, but you don't have to play it. You can literally just have it play itself. Isn't that what you want in a game? For the game to play itself, where you're not actually necessary to play the game. That's such a horrible gimmick. That's such a horrible thing to be like, oh hey, you know, the game plays itself. Then why am I here? Well, you're here because the women have massive boobs, but in the ads, you're not allowed to bring up the fact that the women have giant tits. They have wonderful, beautiful bodies, but you're not allowed to you're not allowed to acknowledge the fact that, like, half the game is just women, just like orc women with, like, supermodel bodies. You're not allowed to acknowledge that. You're allowed to show it. You're allowed to be like, I really like this character, but you're not allowed to be like, I love these tits. That's too far for Raid Shadow Legends, even though we all know that's why the character looks like that. I want a movie game. Yeah, no. I think my first movie game was the SpongeBob movie game. It was not very good. I think I might have to do this part off stream because the paint is reflecting the light so much for me. I'm gonna bring it down so you get, but it's reflecting the light so much for me that it's actually hard for me to see these little parts, how well I'm painting them. So I want to repaint one of my cheap Gunpla, but I am afraid it will end up looking like a certain 1940 era military forces outfit. So it's gonna look like a communist commissar. Okay, you know, not as fashionable as those SS officers, but I understand, you know, you don't want to go for half price. I've seen a lot of paint jobs of mobile suits, and they just paint like Xeon suits black with a little bit of red trim. Immediately look like they walked out of like the what is it, Wundwaffel or whatever they're called. Wundwaffen, Vivaken, Backen. You're gonna sound like you're speaking German by like just swallowing your tongue and just going blah. Such a beautiful, you know, nuanced language, chat. We just don't appreciate it enough. Ah, Germany, where the cows go Sazu and the birds go kikariki. Huh. Have I painted all the things I wanted to paint? No, but like I've done like the big things that I wanted to paint. What time are we at? Wow, we're at like 3 hours. That's awful. This is supposed to be like a shorter stream. That's how you know it's a good stream. That's how you know it's a good yapping stream. It's like 6 hours in. If you've been enjoying this and you're new here, God bless you. Follow along for more. Hit that like button, bro. Ha ha, Char. Not fucking with you. I hope you are enjoying it, though. It would be SS for sure. Whenever I think of an SS uniform, I always think of Man in the Glass Booth. We just have this Jewish guy in an SS uniform. Ooh. It is a move. Man in the Glass Booth is such a wild film. First half of the film, you watch the most Jewish man to ever Jew in New York, you know? He's just, the character's so Jewish, you're like, okay, you're laying it on a little thick, you know? And then the second half of the film, he's like, I was lying. I was an SS officer this whole time. And you're like, what the? Where did this come from? If you pay attention, you see all the signs of it in the first half of the film. But it's such a wild movie. When, like, it's exactly halfway through the film, Mossad breaks down his door, and yes, Mossad from Israel breaks down his door and kidnaps him and takes him to Israel, and it doesn't become a completely different film, but the tone completely changes in the movie after that. So overall, Men in the Glass Booth is actually a really good movie and very dark and very sobering to watch. This is the first time you watch it, you might be taken aback and laugh a little. Never before in a movie have I ever heard the line that he has to be a Jew, and it's like, how do you know he's a Jew? Well, no Gentile could be so anti-Semitic. That's a line in the movie. He has to be a Jew. I mean, he fucking hates Jews too much to be like, you know, a goyim. Fucking where did that come from? Let's see here. You know when games are mostly cutscenes, walking. Oh, you mean cutscene films. I'm not the biggest fan of that either, in all honesty. Okay, I think that's... I think that's good for today. We built not as much as you might think of the new Gundam, but we have a good amount built. We have the arms, and actually we can put the arms on. I did not do the hands on stream, because I'm going to look at the instructions, and I think I'm going to start maybe next stream doing the hands. I want to do the hands on stream, because if I break them, you guys get to watch me break them and be super sad. Like on this stream when I broke... I don't know which one it was. It was this one, because we built this one last time. But I accidentally put this together wrong, and I broke the armor off right here on both sides. Fun time. Fun time. We have fun here. Ooh. Let's see if we can... There's something that's supposed to be going here, and I'm pretty sure I did not put it on. Well, that's fine. That's fine. It's okay. Let's see how your arms go on. Apparently they go on with difficulty. I have not eaten. I really want to end stream because I have not eaten in... What time is it? It's 10. It's going to be 11. 5. I've not eaten in 31 hours. Yes, I would like to end stream, please. I would enjoy the ending of stream now. Well, we still need more to do. And then I need to find a place to send you guys off to. Just go on. There we go. Please, 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 please. I literally have to do this off camera just to make sure I'm doing it right. Okay, we have one on. Let's get the other on. He ain't got no hands. Oh, Lieutenant Dan, Lieutenant Amuro, you ain't got no hand. You ain't got no legs, Lieutenant Amuro. Seems to be a reoccurring theme with Amuro. I was gonna take this latch off to do it, but I can't take the latch off. Nope, never-ending stream. No. The never-ending stream. Love how the never-ending story is about how all stories have to come to an end. About how all life is finite and how all existence is ephemeral. We'll call it the never-ending story because it's a never-ending cycle. That's some dark shit for a kid's... That's some heavy shit for a kid's movie. Don't worry, we'll have the dragon come out of the storybook and, like, you know, harass all of the main characters' bullies at the end. I remember the never-ending story cartoon. Well, I remember, I mean, I know I watched it, but I don't remember anything about it. Okay. Well, you are never going to be posed after, like, your initial... I'm gonna put you up on your stand and then never touch you again. I can immediately tell that's how you're gonna go. Ooh. Oh, but it's a beautiful mech. I love the... I always love it when you have this natural color separation where you have the, like, more gray... Or, like, you have the gray off-white to, like, naturally contrast with the pre-existing white. Always love that. Honestly, I'm kind of feeling, though, while I'm building this, I had a lot more fun building the real grade. Ooh. Why does that feel backwards? It's not backwards, okay. That is that open socket little piece right here just looks like it's incomplete, but it's the same on both ends. I don't know, I just don't like the look of it. That's what we've completed today. We would have completed more, but I wanted to paint, you know, I wanted to do some painting, okay? I want to do some nice big coating painting. We coated all these solder parts so we can have a, so we're gonna have ready. I don't know if we're gonna do it before we're done building this, but we will have a stream where we build the ball, next month. Yeah, next, I had to think about it for a moment. I was like, let me see here. No, because we're not going to do it on Wednesday, and I think the only Gunpla stream after Wednesday we have this month is going to be, like, Monday, and that's, like, the last Monday of the month. And we're going to be continuing this guy on then. And we're not going to have any Gunpla streams next week, because I'm going to be on vacation starting halfway through this week. Actually, let me get the schedule up so I can explain to you, because I was supposed to explain to you this a long time ago. I was supposed to explain this, and I did not. That is my bad. Can I get pictures? It would be in thumbnails. Here. And then you earn resources because I'm dumb. Okay. So this is the schedule. That is way too big. It's so big, chat. Oh. It's too big. Good lord. It's gonna take a minute. It's just too big, chat. Oh. It's too big. Okay, now it's too small. But for this week, we have Dino Blade tomorrow. Because, you know, I do want to get at least one game stream in before we go on vacation. We're going to have Gunpla. We're just gonna actually making progress on this. We'll try to do the hands. This, you can't see it. The picture is covering it up. We're going to continue the new Gundam on Wednesday. And for the new Gundam, we're going to just be putting the hands in. Probably breaking them. Because that's how I want it. That's what I want to do, you know, but I don't want to come back from vacation and break this thing. I want to break it, then go on vacation, you know, so that way I know when I come back, I'm going to break it anyways. I've already broken this kit, so it's fine, you know, it's fine. But that's going to be Wednesday, and then it's just going to be vacation until, I think, next Wednesday, and my next stream after vacation will be next Thursday. But this is just what we have for the rest of the week. I hope you can join us. Dino Blade is a demo, so hopefully that will be a shorter stream. I just remembered. The Pachycephalosaurus update in Prehistoric Kingdom is coming out next week. We are playing that. I don't know if I'm going to be streaming on Thursday. I hope to be. But Friday stream next week is gonna be Prehistoric Kingdom. I'm gonna get a Pachycephalosaur. Oh my god. I've been waiting months for this update. I've been waiting months to show you guys Prehistoric Kingdom. We're gonna play Prehistoric Kingdom. It's just gonna be another talking stream, but instead of doing Gunpla, we're gonna be like, have a bunch of dinosaurs. It's gonna be so cool, chat. We're gonna... Dude, you can see my Tarbosaurus, okay? Like, you're gonna love my Tarbosaurus. There's no Spinosaurs, I think, in the game. There are Spinosaurids, I'm dumb. I have Spinosaurids in my park. But you can see my mammoths. I have so many mammoths, chat. I have so many. You forgot about Dino Blade? It's coming out. I don't know when, but I think it's coming out this month. So, I mean, next month we can probably play Dino Blade. No, it's not coming out this month. The full game is coming out, I think, in July, and I think that's and I remember that because I wanted to play it for June, because it's a Jurassic June, but I guess we're gonna have to also have a Jurassic July, because Dino Blade is coming out next month for some reason. Did I buy the game that, wait, nice, I've been waiting for this one. I did buy the game though. Okay. It'll just be the demo, because I think only the demo's out. But I am looking forward to it. If it's fun, might be the closest thing we get to Dark Souls on this channel. Okay, let me look for a place to send you beautiful people off to. I hope you've enjoyed the stream as much as I've enjoyed just yapping. Atya is streaming, but I don't like circling back to the same person. So we haven't... rated? No. Shorts home. Can I get my subscriptions, please? Rev says Desu, don't care. I hope the machine spirit... wait, who's live? Utica! We haven't sent you guys to Utica. Actually, we have sent you guys to Utica recently. Ooh, Monday's a weird day. So Urika's talking about FazeCon. Kiki is fishing. Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. I don't know what Zelda Echoes of Wisdom is. I don't want to send you somewhere big. I want to send you to Kiki. I haven't sent you guys to Kiki in a very, very long time. I do not know Kiki personally, but she's a cute bunny VTuber. So let me put that in the... This is going to be the link. This link is just for YouTube. Okay, Twitch. And I have no idea if Kiki's on Twitch, so I'm going to actually... So I'm going to have to find somewhere to send to the Twitch chat as well. I forgot to double check, so we can raid you to the same place. Let me see here. Leaflet. A shift. Then, I'm gonna send you to a dinosaur. Because it says there's only one person still in Twitch chat. I'm just gonna link it. Because I sometimes get nervous with small raids. So, there you go. Ooh. I hope you enjoy Vesna. She is also... What, is she a dinosaur or is she just a dragon? Maybe I should look into that. She's somebody who does not mind having spicy fan art because she has made spicy fan art of herself. But I hope you guys enjoy Echoes of Wisdom is the newest Game Boy style Zelda game. Oh, I did not know that. I didn't even know it came out. But I hope on Twitch you enjoy Vesna. I hope on YouTube you enjoy the bunny. The Benoy. The Benoy is Australian. I don't really know much about Vesna. I wanted to learn more about her, but I don't know much. But I hope you guys enjoy wherever you go. I hope you guys have a great day, a wonderful life. And I hope you make like a fossil and keep on rocking on. Ooh, we'll be back tomorrow with some Dino Blade. See you later, Dino Bros. I just realized. Oh, why is it capturing the audio? It should not be capturing that. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. I didn't realize it shouldn't have. It was capturing the audio of a different window. Well, let's do the ending soon screen.